Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today we are taking a look at guidance for your dark night of the soul. So, if this message resonates with you, please take a moment to center your energy. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Know that you are loved, you are supported, you are guided, and above all, you are okay. Please use your intuition to see which group or groups calls out to you the most. We have group number 1, Archangels and Numerology. Group number 2, Follow Your Heart. Group number 3, Lotus Feet. And group number 4, Crystal Light. So, as always, the timestamps to your reading will be listed in the description box below, as well as any other information you might want, such as links to my books or personal readings, crystals I've wrapped, things like this. Thank you again so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you, and I love you so much. Dark Night of the Soul is definitely not comfortable, but it is a beautiful journey. So we're going to help you crack through whatever it is you're walking through right now, and bring some of the light out of the situation, and just, it's all love and light, all right? Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you, and I love you with my whole entire heart. I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group number 1. If you selected the first group, then you chose the Archangels and Numerology card. So, of course, today we're taking a look at Dark Night of the Soul, but what's coming up first and foremost for me for this card with Archangels and Numerology is that you've been guided through a particular situation, and you've actually already closed out the cycle of what it is you're experiencing right now. And you might be thinking no, because you're still walking through it, but your angels are coming through and letting you know that you have the tactical information and the puzzle pieces that you need to get through this. They've been sending you signs, and they're saying that if you've been resonating with behavior that is lower vibrational than you're used to, or if you are encouraging a heart awakening or feeling the need to be more verbally concise or a little bit stricter with your boundaries, a little bit harder on people, they're saying tough love. Okay, this is a sign that this message is for you, okay? They're saying that you know your boundaries and you know your worth, and they're saying that your heart is opening up. They're saying it has been opened up. And now when it comes to communicating your truth, when it comes to speaking your truth, they want you to go with the flow. I'm seeing the word meh in numerology here, which is the ocean. Okay, they want to remind you to drink more water, as this helps you to process your emotions and your intuition. But they're saying they want to show me your situation a little bit before I get too much into this. So I'm going to pull your tarot cards today. This is, of course, my Follow Your Heart Oracle deck you can find on my Etsy shop. But for your tarot, I'm going to be using the Hermetic Tarot today. They're saying that everything around you might not seem... What are they saying? Things might be misrepresented, but remember there are no accidents, okay? That's what they want you to know today. Brandy is hanging out for a reading today, my little doggy over here. So she is sending you lots of love. Also, it might be a good time to spend time with your pets or animals near you. Great source of unconditional love and tapping into your inner child, your connectivity with nature, all the beautiful, beautiful stuff. So, oh, thank you. We have Temperance, 7 of Swords, okay, 9 of Cups, and the Emperor coming out. All right, bottom of the deck, you have 4 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Okay, this makes sense as to what I was picking up on earlier. So, you have some sort of opportunity coming up for you to experience life the way that you've always dreamed it could be, the way you've always wanted it to be. There is some sort of opportunity for you to have it all in some way, shape, or form. That's what the 4 of Wands is saying. But there is something that is, they're saying leechy, like leeching onto your energy field here, that you are releasing with the 8 of Cups. And this is something that I'm hearing second chances, third chances, something you've given your energy or your light to time and time again. This is something that is very, very close knit to you, something that is very connected to your soul. Okay, this can be somebody, this can be a person that's very close to you, like a family member, a friend, a coworker even. This can even be like a situation that you've been just dealing with time and time again in your whole life, something that you have been conditioned to stamp onto you as part of your identity, but you have the releasing of this energy. We have 4 and 8. The differentiation here through addition is 4. So you're creating maternal energy, you're creating comfortability, you're creating the ability to be still. I'm hearing be still and know I am God. That faith, okay, that feminine energy. But through multiplication, it's a 2. So what this is saying, essentially, is that through this situation, you are learning how to consume things that are good for you and in your best interest, and to release the need to be around, they're straight up saying toxic, like toxic situations, toxic people. There is no obligation that you have towards anything or anyone. And there might be some difficult energies here when it comes to communication, whereas you might say, look, the sky is blue, and someone else is going, I can't believe that you think the sky is blue, the sky is yellow and everyone knows it, and I don't know, like just literal gaslighting. There's a situation like this where your archangels are coming through, your angels, but archangels are coming through. I'm also hearing Michael, so Michael's around you very strongly right now. Now Michael is the blue flame, of course, so this is communication, this is healing, but this is also strength. Michael is the warrior. Okay, so there's also an indication here that there's something that seems to be stuck to your energy field, but it's really not. They are trying to stick themselves to your energy field, and I'm just seeing you slam the door in their face. This is a little bit of a difficult, like emotionally, this could be difficult, but you're at the point where they're saying this has happened so many times that you're now impartial to the consequence. You're now impartial to the outcome, because you're best off without this energy in your life at all whatsoever, and you're honestly doing it a favor by showing up in the first place. This is show up correctly or don't show up at all, and you are leaning towards the latter. So we have Temperance, 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay, so your dark night of the soul is trying to draw you towards freedom. Okay, we have Sagittarian energy, Capricorn, and Scorpio coming out right away. A little bit of Pisces, lots of Sagittarius, and a little bit of Aries too. So what this is saying to me is that you have been in a place where slow and steady wins the race. You needed to fight against all odds in a certain area of life in order to come out on top. And this isn't in comparison to others, although this energy that you're dealing with might see it as such. Okay, and this is your lack of comparison with others, and they're trying to, I'm hearing manipulate, control, force you into comparing yourself with them or others. This is an energy that only compares. They only compare themselves with others. And I'm hearing leveling, which is, in psychology, leveling is where somebody tries to tear someone down in order to feel like they're up. But really, it's just like when you, if you give to somebody from an empty cup, or you try to pick up someone else's karma for them, you pick up their lessons for them or something like this, you try to heal them, like without a contract or common interest or something like this, this will be where this person does not learn their lesson and you end up losing energy. Okay, this is like an energy vampire. This could be a narcissist. There's also there's also kind of an indication here that you are able to see how everything is connected. You are used to needing to deal with this energy the slow, painful, difficult way. I'm hearing someone say like a slow, painful death, which is interesting, but that's exactly what this is, because you have Capricorn and Scorpio here. This is a slow, painful death, but it's also a slow, beautiful rebirth. Okay, so there's something that you have cut out several times and you continue to let it back in because it wears a trustworthy mask, but it is not. 7 of Swords. This is deception. Now, 7 of Swords, it will always, not always, but when I feel called, remind you that there are 2 meanings to the 7 of Swords. Okay, one is deception. It's trickery. It's being sneaky. It is somebody just like trying to win at all costs, morals out the window. Okay, the other definition of the 7 of Swords is particularly when it comes to communication and relationships. This is somebody taking notes. Okay, this is somebody who has finished fighting this battle, and they know They know what they're doing, they know what they're up against, and so they are carefully picking up all of the fallen swords and battle weapons of their enemies, all the people they were fighting up against, and they are collecting them in their arms, and they're sneaking away in the middle of the night with all their enemies' weapons so that the enemies can no longer use the weapons. Now this can be destroying the weapons, this can be putting them in a safe place so that nobody can use them again. This can even be utilizing those weapons and having them just stored just in case in order to be able to arm themselves again when need be. But I'm getting that you are in this energy where you don't want to be armed. You don't want to fight a losing battle. You don't even want to fight a winning battle. You just don't want to fight a battle at all. And this is where your dark night of the soul is coming in, because you're picking up on someone else's energy. This is somebody else who is refusing to change, and they're trying to put this energy onto you. Okay? They see you. I'm seeing the word wa, like king, okay? So they see you as like a king or queen. They see you as something that is educated. Okay, educated is coming out very strongly. They see you as independent. They see you as free. They see you as smart and determined. And this holds up a mirror to this other energy as everything that they are not. But this particular energy within and around you, not within you, but around you, is trying to like press this in on you so that you're able to feel everything that they're trying to project onto you and embody it as your own, but it's not. So you're feeling this energetic friction here. You know you've been through what you've been through. You know you've been treated unjustly, unfairly. You know that this is not a karmic contract of yours. And you know that this is not your lesson to learn. However, whether or not you show up in the situation, which I'm getting, it has taught you, I'm hearing hyper-independence. Okay, 7 of Swords and 9 of Cups. This indicates that you have been mistreated to the point of no longer trusting this energy or anything that might even come into contact with this energy. We have the Emperor here, which is, of course, literally a king, an emperor. I'm hearing Emperor's New Groove, which I've never gotten that message from this card before either. They're showing me kind of how the, okay, I think his name is like Kuzco or something. He literally like turns into a llama in order to need to learn his lessons, because the position that he's currently in is only enabling his toxicity. And then he learns, he cracks open. And this is kind of letting me know that this might not resolve for the other party in this lifetime. So for you, this is an opportunity for you to choose your peace and to pick and choose your battles. Okay, choose self-love, choose peace, choose inner peace. And there's something about you where you have this steadfast and unshakable inner peace, and this is what's triggering to this energy. I saw 1044, which is like unequivocally an angel number. Okay, so you've been guided to and through the situation, and they're saying it's to lead by example, not because it's comfortable, but they're saying that this is not your karma, but it is a soul contract. They're saying that there is a difference. Okay, we have King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles popping out here. King of Wands is saying that you are taking spiritual action in this. Something comes towards you, tries to put energy on you, you cleanse your energy field. This is, I'm seeing somebody like keeping a window open in order to let like the dusty energy out, and someone's like, no, I need the energy in here because I just need it to explode. And there's just like this sadistic, like, ugh, like, actually I'm gonna open my window because I don't like that. Okay, better. Okay. So 8 of Pentacles, this is Lord of Prudence, okay? 8 of Pentacles indicates something that is, I'm hearing it's about damn time, okay? So 8 of Pentacles indicates that you have something on the precipice. There's something within your aura, something that's coming to you, and this is actually very lucky. Oh, okay, hold on. You have 8 of Pentacles. Let me show you, 8 of Pentacles. After that is the Star. After that is the King of Swords, okay? And then you have like the 4 of Cups and the Hermit, but the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, oh, okay. Let me tell you what it is I'm picking up on. Okay, why is this coming around? Because right before you get your biggest blessings in life, this is when the shadow energies come out to play. Okay, this is when things seem the darkest before a flame is lit, before a light is sparked, okay? And this is you. This is not the other energy. That's why this other energy is feeling you right now and is coming towards you. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 on the recording time, okay? You are on the precipice of something huge, and this is written all over your face. It's all over your aura. It's all over your entire energy. This is actually like one of the biggest blessings, at least, of your entire life, if not a series of consecutive blessings are, if they haven't started already, about to start popping off for you. I'm feeling my throat chakra, like this channel between my pineal gland and my throat chakra kind of go a little bit. So you know this is coming. Look at this. We have the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups, the Death card. Okay, this is saying here, you know this is coming. You've known this is coming. You've been making preparations for this to show up. So while things notice, well, you're picking up on this, and other things are intuitively picking up on this as well. Probably not conscious of their intuition, but they're coming around you trying to kind of suck up this energy, trying to put you down and replace their energy with yours. They're like, well, if group number one feels like, that's a gross phrase, I'm not gonna say that, okay. They're saying just say it. If group number one feels like a bag of dicks, I can take their blessing. That is the mentality here, okay? I'm sorry that I said bag of dicks. I was just gonna say feels like shit, but that's not what I felt called to say, so, you know, say la vie. We have the Star. This is wish fulfillment. It's also healing. Okay, this also is a nod to the Pleiades. King of Swords, communication, setting firm, strong boundaries. Okay, and then Four of Cups. This is interesting. This is where it changes a little bit, the energy. You are preparing for your Four of Wands. You're preparing for your celebration, for your wish fulfillment, for your Ten of Cups popping out. Here it is. Mars and Pisces. Your passion, everything you've ever wanted, all of your dreams, all your wishes coming true. I'm hearing that Hall & Oates song, darling, you make my dreams come true. So after this, we have the Four of Cups with the Hermit. Okay, so this energy is trying to get you to second guess yourself. That's what's going on here. They want you to go within and be like, oh, well, why don't you soul search? Why don't you see? Why do you think that you deserve this? Because if anyone does, like, this is a projection of an external ego to yours. That is projecting itself onto you, and you don't deserve this. But your intuition's been picking up on this new beginning for a long time. And I'm hearing, should I stay or should I go now? So you have an option to cut this energy out of your life completely and have faith in your ability to maneuver without it, the Fool with the Moon. Or the alternative message between the Fool and the Moon is, or you can have faith that this energy will someday do its own self-exploration and will someday create those changes. But here's the thing. Here's where this dark night of the soul is coming in for you, group one. We're not waiting around for anybody else. If you wait for somebody else to do their work, you're going to be waiting a very long time. If you're waiting for somebody else to give you permission to do something, you're going to be waiting a long time. If you wait for somebody else to if you want to go to Egypt, okay, and somebody else is like, oh yeah, I'll go with you, and then they keep blowing you off, and then they put it off a little bit, and they're like, well, I need to get this together, and I need to sort this out. What's going to happen? You could have been to Egypt and back 4 times already by the time they finally get their SHIT together. See, I would have spelled out SHIT, and your guides told me to say bag of dicks. So whatever this is like a vulgar energy. This is an energy that enjoys chaos. It's comfortable in kind of like icky, not icky, like vindictive energy. Vindictive is literally the word that's coming to me, and they're showing me this, okay? This helps you, like, vanquish your enemies. So, I don't know what's with the accent there, but it is what it is. So here's the thing, is there's actually a lot of unconditional love in this situation, okay? And you're thinking, Colleen, this does not have love written anywhere on it. If anything, this is the opposite of love, and that is where your guides say exactly. Exactly, because everywhere there is a light, there is a shadow. Everywhere there is love, there is lack thereof. Everywhere there is anything, there is the polar opposite of that. That is the realm that we exist in, okay? And you're saying, I know, I hear you say this all the time, but why are they treating me like this? Because Eight of Swords. Your life is moving in a positive direction, and it makes them feel self-conscious. For you, you are starting to feel things speed up, and you are wondering if you have enough, if you are enough, if you know enough. There's something here where you are like, is there one more transformation I can do? I'm hearing Beast of Burden, where he's like, yeah, you know that song. You're a person on the planet, you know Beast of Burden. But you're like questioning. There's a tiny little piece of you where you are wondering, oh shit, like, am I enough? Like, can I do this? Do I know enough? And you're noticing your blessings coming in. It's written everywhere. But this energy is also picking up on that. They're like, well, if I can swoop in and I can attain your positive energies and kind of leech onto this tiny little negative shadow aspect, I can just throw group number one into DKOS, and they will miss out on their blessings. They will sleep on all of it. They will feel like shit at the end of the day, and it'll make them not feel better, but their ego will have something to chew on a little bit while they avoid their own work, okay? If you have a piece of selenite, I highly recommend hanging out with it. All right, especially when this energy either pops up in your mind, shows up at your doorstep randomly, calls you, or is trying to impose itself onto you. This dark night of the soul is not of you, actually, which is very interesting, okay? They're saying that this happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, but they're saying that you have experienced this energy so many times, way more than you deserve, but enough to know exactly what's going on, exactly how to deal with it. They're showing me this rose quartz that I have here, as well as this rose quartz with the copper on it, and they wanted me to show you this one because copper is a conductor of energy, literally, okay? So if you like, if you have anything at all and you add copper to it, it strengthens the energy, all right? So you can add copper to, maybe not a selenite because it's pretty cleansing, but add it to a rose quartz, add it to, starts with a V, can't remember, it's like a Vajra or something, don't quote me on that. Add it to anything. And they're also showing me this, this is blue tektite. If you play Zelda, cool. If not, this is a really super cool kind of moldavite. It's rare, it's blue and gorgeous. Okay, so there's an energy that is ethereal. Wherever this is that you get your ethereality, or maybe you tap into Akashic records, or maybe you're an energy reader, or you're a healer, or whatever this is. Seven of Wands, you're coming out on top. You've been coming out on top. You're going to continue coming out on top. And that's the only reason why this energy feels threatened by you. That's why we have 77. This was divinely meant to happen, because as you, they're showing me somebody doing like a huge yawn, like a big stretch of their whole energy, their mind, body, spirit, okay? But this is also reawakening your strength. So if you feel this energy trying to pressure you, yawn, okay? Because this is, if you're not in a magnetizational state, if you're not magnetizing, but this energy is trying to impose itself on you, electrify. Okay, I think you know what I'm talking about. But with your aura, a really healthy practice for this that helps me a lot in these situations is try to expand and shrink your aura. Okay, of course our aura technically goes on forever, and it also technically is like around our body. If you look, I have a white wall behind me, so maybe you can kind of see or practice like that. But if you feel like expanding and shrinking your aura, and then try to magnetize and then electrify your aura. So you'll notice when something is trying to impose itself onto you, you can electrify it off. Electrification, this is heat, it's masculine, it's fire, okay? So this is able to actually burn this energy off. It's electric. All right? Okay, so you have the Nine of Cups. This is self-independence. This is wish fulfillment. This is coming close to the end of a cycle, finding your freedom emotionally, mentally. This is emotional maturity. This is I'm hearing someone say, I don't need no man. So if that, I mean, take it if it resonates. This is somebody who's like, you know what, I didn't need you anyway. I'm just fine on my own. Like, I was being nice, letting you in my energy. Okay, so with Nine of Cups and Justice, this is saying that the scales are balancing, and they're balancing in your favor. You are balanced. This person notices that you're balanced. Your guides notice that you are balanced. Like, they're saying you are the epitome of balanced energy, which is gorgeous. But with this being the case, it's also bringing up insecurities in some other things around you. They're like, well, when you're a mirror to people, when you are balanced, when you are in tune, when you are in touch, sometimes this can trigger other energies who are not comfortable looking at themselves, because people can only love you as much as they love themselves. People can only understand you as deeply as they understand themselves. People can listen to you as much as they listen to themselves. Very much what they tell you in an airplane, you have to put on your oxygen mask before you can put on anybody else's. Otherwise, you're going to be there choking, and someone who couldn't put their own mask on in the first place is going to be like just out there not helping anybody else. All right, that's how this works. That's exactly what's going on. You are solid in your energy, okay? They want you to remember this. This dark night of the soul, it honestly seems like a blip. And they're saying not to diminish it like that, but the experience is valid. The pain is true. This is probably like a deep, deep, deep wound that you have healed, and someone's trying to like throw salt, but it's a scar. So it's not going to hurt it. You're just going to be like, what, like F you know? We have the Emperor with the Chariot card. This is interesting. The Emperor is kind of a paternal card, and the Chariot is Cancerian, which is maternal. Okay, so this might have to do with your parents. This could do inner child healing, inner teenager healing. This can have to do with your foundation, or your balance between your home life and your career. Take it as it resonates. So with the Emperor, this is saying that, so the Emperor, like, he stands on his throne. He's a little bit arrogant, but it's only arrogant because he's well educated. He knows, like, he sees the whole game of chess. So he is the one who knows when to put which piece down where. And the Chariot moves full speed ahead. This is saying that there is a great balance in your energy between when to act and when not to act, when to stay still and when to move full speed ahead, okay? The Emperor is kind of coming out to say that you are able to see the moves a million miles away of this other entity or whatever. And so the Chariot is saying that's why your mind is racing. That's why you're experiencing Dark Night of the Soul right now, because you see how this will unwind if you don't like hit the brakes. They're showing me someone like pulling the emergency brake like on a car. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, Seven of Pentacles, and the Empress. Look at this counterparts energy, Emperor and Empress. Okay, this is part of the blessing. No, yes and no. Okay, there's a blessing that's coming your way, obviously, and that's why this energy is coming towards you. They're showing me the number 3 here. So there could be like a paradigm here with communication, with your neighborhood, with Gemini in general, with Mercury, or even with creating something, trying to birth something. This is maybe somebody who is perhaps, now here's a situation that's coming to light. It might resonate for some of you, not all of you, but they're showing me somebody who is like doing IVF, okay, who's trying to get pregnant with something. And this can be a metaphor for like a business or a job or a relationship or whatever, or it can be literal for you. But they're showing me somebody who is experiencing IVF and trying to get pregnant, and they have pure intentions. They're very happy. They're very healthy. But somebody has like a vendetta against this energy, and they're like, oh, well, it will work less if they're stressed, so I'm going to try to stress them out. Or it's not going to work well if I take them to McDonald's and feed them tons of junk food, and then I try to stress them out, and then I make them feel bad about their body, and then it won't work. This is somebody who is like consciously trying to put you down, and that makes me really, really sad, because people should not ever be like that. But they're showing me the other side of this energy as well. This is the Empress. She's already successful. She's already fertile. She's already pregnant. She has the world at her feet. Seven of Pentacles. This is success that is unfulfilled. This is saying you already have everything that you need and then some, and you don't even see what's coming for you yet. And the Hanged Man, this energy doesn't belong to you. Return to sender. This is not your dark night of the soul that you're even experiencing. This is somebody else's lack of doing their shadow work that you're experiencing. And it's torturing you because you are kind enough to show up in this energy. And the only little thing that they're asking you to look at is they're showing me, or I'm hearing Beast of Burden again. But they're really like honing in on the phrase where they're like, I'm not too blind to see. And I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. I'll never be your beast of burden. 3 of Cups, 5 of Swords, Death. There's a change that's going on in your surroundings, in your community, in your support system. They want to draw attention to this. This might be something. You are stepping from one thing into another, and this is like a leap of faith. Okay, this isn't necessarily like putting one foot in front of the other. This is like you trying to jump over train tracks. Okay, this is you trying to jump from like one mountain to the other mountaintop, and you're going to land. This is positive, but somebody sees you needing to take a leap of faith, something that could have you a little bit scary. This is somebody who's like rock climbing for the first time without their gear, or this is somebody who's like slacklining for the first time without a net. This is something like this, okay, where you're like, okay, I can do this. I have enough strength. I have enough willpower. I know I can do this. I have enough practice. I have enough energy. I have the support system. Everything is going well. The only thing is you are taking that leap. So someone's trying to trip you. Someone's trying to get in your head. Okay, this is not even your dark night of the soul to begin with, which is really interesting that this came out first. Archangels and Numerology. They're saying that there are signs all over this. They're showing me 1, 2, 3, 4. They're showing me 444. They're showing me 88. Okay, you could be seeing, if you're seeing consecutive 8s, they're just like spamming my third eye with 8s right now. That is, they're drawing me into the fact that it's shared finances. Okay, somebody's wanting to get in on your finances or affect your finances in some way. Okay, the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I also see that there's an opportunity for you to take something to the next level with the Ace of Wands here. Okay, so Hierophant, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups coming out here. So this can be signing a contract. This can be Ace of Wands. Somebody's reaching out to you. Hey, do you want to create a project together? Let's spread this love. Let's spread this energy. Or somebody is like, hey, I really like you. Let's see where this goes and offer you my cup. Or somebody is like, hey, this is, I really like your work, your presentation of self. Let's go have some fun. Let's go be free. Let's go slacklining without a net. I think you're ready. You have what it takes. Okay, something like this. And you're feeling a little bit guarded about it. But if you zoom out, you'll notice that the the reason is because of this energy that's imposing itself on you. All of those little tiny itty-bitty pieces of you that are saying, am I strong enough? Am I rich enough? Like all of these things. Am I practiced enough? Am I educated enough? I'm hearing the phrase, you know which buttons to push because you're the one that put them there. Not you, but this energy. They know what buttons to push because they're the ones that sewed the buttons onto you. So you have two options. You can cut the buttons off. You can cut this energy out of your life. Or you can wear the buttons proudly and, I don't know, just continue going on. Let me pull some advice. Why are they saying no? Oh, they want me to look at this deck. Okay. Power of Joy. Okay, so they want you to see how far you've come, and they want you to look at the grace with which you've handled the situation. They're saying that you've been very, very balanced. You have the Emperor and the Empress coming out in your spread. This is number 3 and number 4. Okay, 34. This is a 7. So this does have to do with the relationships in your life, trusting other people, and also knowing when other people are imposing themselves onto you. We have 777 coming out here. 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, but no 7 of Cups. Trying to make you feel like you don't have options, or trying to make you feel like they are your only hope. They are your only option. And I'm hearing, you're my only hope. There's a song that's inside my soul. Okay, so many more could be significant. Queen, love that. This is interesting. Why are they drawing my attention to the lack of 7 of Cups? Because this energy wants you to feel like you don't have options, like you require them, like you need them. But in reality, it's the other way around. This energy is trying to remove something from you to make you codependent on it. But you do not have that energy within you. That is not allowed to enter your aura. So any tiny little speck of self-doubt that you're experiencing is allowing this energy to feed off of you like a vampire. Okay, that's not... Alright, we have a Valakitsvara coming out here, which is a very, very strong masculine energy, but we also have see the other person's point of view. They're telling it to me, hurt people, and they're also showing me a mermaid, okay? So this person does not know how to handle their emotions, and they're feeling emotional overwhelm by the fact that you don't need them. And that does not mean that you should try to find a way to need them. It means that they need to do their own work. And sometimes we love people, sometimes we give them the benefit of the doubt, sometimes we give them way too many chances. But one thing that I'm saying is that you are able to see their point of view, even though it might be shitty, because you needed to grow out of that. But they're not capable of seeing your side of the perspective because they haven't done that work either. And you may have noticed that this same energy has repeated itself several times throughout your life through different people, different masks. People seeing your halo and wanting to fly away with it, wanting to steal it from you, wanting to embody your energy, or like pretend that they're you, or copy you, or imitate you, or something like this. Okay, I've had energies like this around me before, and I will like wear something and then they'll go change into the same outfit that I'm wearing, and then they'll go, I don't know why you always feel the need to match me, and I'm like, you literally just changed in front of me. Or dyeing their hair the same color as me, or using, like, literally copying and pasting a post that I made and posted, and then they'll be like, oh look, I'm creative, and I'm like, look at the date, like, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because imitation is a form of flattery, even though it might be through wounding that it's happening. Okay. Yes, just straight up yes. Okay. If you have a question, the answer is yes. Also, this is Ganesh. Okay, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Ganesha is with you and around you. He's removing the obstacles from your life because you don't deserve to have obstacles there. He wants you to know that you are enough. You have enough. You are abundant enough, okay? You could be seeing elephants at this time. You could be feeling called to reprioritize your own health. This is something that likely this energy tries to diminish within you. This is somebody who will try to stress you out in order to throw you off. Somebody who will try to get you off your exercise regimen in order to feel better about themselves. Somebody who will feed you junk food because they want to see you gain weight. This is vindictive, okay? So you are being called right now to release this and to reprioritize yourself, reprioritize your health, get back on your diet, get back on your meditation, get back on your breath work, things like this, okay? Focus on your own health. And then also energy healing. With Merlin, tune back into the magic of your life, okay? Merlin, he's the one that went up to Arthur and was like, hey bud, you're gonna pull the sword out of the stone. And Arthur's like, what, no one can do that. What do you mean? How is that gonna happen? This is positive encouragement, okay? You have positive encouragement around you, and they want you to look at that. If you compare anything, look at the healthy encouragement you have around you and the toxic encouragement you have around you. Likely the toxic encouragement showed up first and was like, oh no, don't trust the positive, only trust me. Like, power of Christ compel you, like, bless you, have a good day, feel better, grateful for you anyway, love you. You know what I mean? Just toodles. Merlin, the energy that you're looking for, the magic that you're looking for, the little piece of pizzazz that you're looking for, that's within you. It is you. It's inherently you. That's why you feel it within and around you. That's why you're coming up on it. That's why this feels so touchy, because you know it was within you the entire time. You know you were good enough. You always knew you were worthy. You always knew that even if somebody didn't validate it externally, you can validate yourself. Anything that you search for externally, you can find internally, and you know this is within you. So now we have Lakshmi with flow of prosperity. This queen, you could be working with feminine entities. This is coming through as well. By feminine entities, I mean specifically you could be working with, ooh, okay, Lilith, get it, girl, or boy, or they, or whoever, you know, is watching this, love you. You might be working with, like, Lakshmi. You might be working with Athena. You could be working with, yeah, Lilith. Or some of you are even working with Kali, okay? I see you. They want you not to be afraid to embody your dark energy, because this is magnetizing things to you. And your positive energy will be what electrifies things off of you. They want you to meditate on that, focus on that just a little bit more. Oh, wow. They're saying not to be afraid to cut this energy out of your life and refocus on yourself. And if you have any answers or questions, they're within you, so meditate. We also have Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, so if you want to read Siddhartha, like the actual book, the story of Buddha, go ahead and do that. They're drawing me also to Buddha spending 40 days meditating under a tree, figures out the entire universe, and then he comes back and he tells the village, and he's so excited, and he's like, oh my god, like, y'all, guess what I just learned? I'm so excited about this. Did you know ABC all the way through Z? And people kind of look at him and they're like, what? Who cares? Like, no, why? Who cares? I don't get that. And so Buddha has this tiny little moment of, like, self-doubt. Buddha, okay? Freaking Buddha. He has this moment of self-doubt, and he's like, sorry, I like to laugh at myself. He has this moment where he's like, well, I know that I meditated that, and I know that I got that from God and my ancestors and my angel spirits, guides, God, all this good stuff. The universe showed me this. But why? What is it about me? What is it about me that's not allowing this to be receptive? And he meditated again for 40 more days under the same tree. And he's like, what? Right? Literally what? How? And the answer was they weren't ready to receive the message. And there was a way that he learned, like the second time he meditated, he learned how to communicate the message better. Okay? And I'm getting that this is a mirror, like mirroring energy for both of you. Okay? Where you, on one end, you need to clear and shield your energy. You also need to open your heart to love. You need to understand that hurt people, and that it's not your fault, okay? If somebody's, like, trying to be rude to you, you can still send them peace and love. If someone is, I'm hearing psychic attacks too, if somebody's, like, doing black magic on you or pulling some sneaky stuff, that's between them and God, literally. Them and the universe, them and their own karma, like, But clear and shield your energy field, and then send them love and light anyway, or don't, because they don't need your energy. They haven't sanctioned your energy, but, for you, they're saying there's an opportunity for you to love a little bit harder. Be just a little bit more grateful, okay? And for them, they need to find their own freedom, not by living vicariously through somebody else, not through taking other people's freedom away. This is just swirling them in a little, like, whirlpool or, like, a little tornado. And Hina is a Polynesian moon goddess, okay? She's gorgeous. She is usually depicted mostly naked. She's always adorned in, like, flowers, okay? She's very, like, a maternal moon archetype, okay? Islands could be significant for you, or writing. You might be feeling called to, like, write down your experience, or share your experience a little more than usual lately. This is going to help other people a lot, especially if it comes to past lives, ancient cultures, or just traveling. Like, if you want to start a travel blog, or if you enjoy traveling, or you're having, like, they're showing me somebody who's, like, listening to this energy around them, and they're like, no, don't do that, that's stupid, but then you go and do it anyway, and it's like your favorite thing you ever did in your entire life, and it turns out being like a defining moment for you. So if something like this has happened and you're picking up on this again, this is how you know that you are attracting your blessings. Just continue to purify your energy, and it will either spread to those around you, like they'll pick up on it off of you, or it will create more distance, more space between you and that energy, okay? This dark night of the soul, this is really interesting because this isn't really like, I mean, here's the thing, okay? So energetically, like, it takes two to tango, but truthfully, in this energy, it's like, I'm seeing you taking responsibility for other people's pain. Other people are saying, oh, I don't, like, they're questioning you when you know that's not true. So it's like the taking two to tango thing. It's like, I'm seeing you taking responsibility for other people's stuff, and them going, yeah, that's right, you take responsibility for my stuff. See, it does take two to tango. This is somebody who's like, you're like, hey, that word kind of like hurts me or offends me, I would prefer if you didn't call me that. And they're like, well, if you weren't so sensitive, or if you, like, how dare you say something like that to me? Like, this is totally like just gaslighting, kind of like, I'm validating you on this, because this is not you. This is not you not seeing the other person's point of view. This is not you, like, being too anything, too weak, too nice, too accepting, too mean to yourself, to anything. This is someone else that's trying to shape you into a mold that's not you. And let it go, let it roll right off your shoulders, don't you know? The hardest part is over. And then nurture yourself. Take care of yourself, because no one else is going to do it. And if they do, it's like a bonus, you know, it's like a little sprinkled on top, but you have to have you. That's the thing, is, now this is a little bit sad, and I understand where maybe like some pain will come in here, of course, and I would recommend to just release this and imagine like a big yawn and feeling that fresh newness that comes after a yawn kind of energy, because, they're drawing me to the fact, like, if somebody keeps knocking you down and you stand back up and you fall and you stand back up and they keep pushing you and knocking you over, it's like, at this point, you know, sorry, it cut off. At this point, you know you can catch yourself when you fall, so don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to free fall. Don't be afraid to go do something that is a little bit out of norm or might make this other energy uncomfortable. Entirely disregard this energy in your decisions, and you'll notice that as soon as you cleanse this out of your energy field, out of your space, out of your house, as soon as you cleanse this other person's mental narrative and thought processes and emotional, I don't know, whatever they're trying to impose onto you, as soon as you cleanse this out of yourself, you're gonna be like, whoa, that wasn't mine. And you'll recognize through your own energy field that this didn't belong to you in the first place, and that you always were like those itty-bitty teeny tiny things that they're literally saying did not justify Dark Night of the Soul. Like, this no, literally doesn't justify Dark Night of the Soul. It's like, you know how to validate yourself, you know how to catch yourself when you fall. Unfortunately, you probably needed to learn this the hard way, but you are mighty. I'm hearing like, we are the granddaughters of the witches they didn't burn, like that phrase. I'm hearing, I might be tiny, but I'm mighty. I'm also seeing a phoenix and a lotus, okay? Success unfulfilled. There's so much still out there for you. You haven't even started yet. Like, you haven't even started yet, seriously. Regardless of how old you are, what it is you're doing, or how big of a difference you've made in your life or the world, like, if only you saw what was coming for you, is what they're saying. Spirit of the mighty waters, the hangman. They're saying that there is, you see so many things from beyond the veil. Your dreams are like, they're showing me, like, showing you people's true intentions, showing you their true colors. You're seeing people, like, naked right now. You're seeing right through situations, people, places in your life. But that's how you know that, that's how you know. Okay, that's how you know who really loves you. That's how you know who would do anything for you. That's how you know who doesn't have your best interest at heart. They're saying that your dreams are really, they might be either confusing or a bit distasteful or a bit uncomfortable at this point in time, but they're saying it's because they're showing you people's true colors, and it might not be what you wanted to see, particularly from this particular energy, but it doesn't make it not true. And they're saying that if you back up and you see it from a higher perspective, from a spiritual perspective, which I know, like, we don't want to experience pain, people shouldn't suck, whatever, but expect the unexpected. They're saying that when you release this, when you see things for the way they truly are, and maybe you back up a little bit and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to help walk them through this, or I'm supposed to learn this, or I'm supposed to use this pain and this alchemization and transmutation of this energy as jet fuel to send me out this way. As soon as you put those pieces together, you're going to realize that you had way more answers than you think in the first place. Okay? I'm going to pull you some advice to end up your reading, group number 1. Look at the numbers, especially at this time. Look at your numbers, and if there's a situation in your life where it's yes or no, either or, hot and cold, they want you to eliminate that illusion. They're saying you can do both, you can have both, you can have it all. There's no either or. It doesn't need to be hot, cold, yes, no. That's somebody else's illusion. Doing your shadow work. They're saying you show up for your shadow work every time, every day. And that's how you know this energy doesn't belong to you, because you would never throw yourself into this because you already do what you need to do. They're saying you do your due diligence. So they're saying continue being patient with yourself and with this other energy, okay? The more pressure you put on yourself, the more you're going to feel little buckles in your energy, particularly your solar plexus area, your throat chakra, and your heart chakra, which will allow these other energies to kind of get in there, essentially. Listening to animal guides. Brandy is like dead asleep right now, so maybe you need a little more sleep, maybe you need a little more rest, maybe you need a little more water, okay? Rooted in gratitude. They want you to continue to be grateful for things even though you don't know why yet. Some of the biggest blessings in life are the things that you don't know how to be grateful for. Straight up. Because sometimes the things that hurt us the most can end up leading us to our greatest blessings. And I'm thinking of this TikTok that Lil Nas X actually made. He's like stacking Skittles wrappers, and he's like, you know, he said something about like, if I didn't really mess up super huge in this area of my life, and I didn't just start being myself and exploring my creativity and all this, he's like, I never would have been where I am today. So there's definitely this energy here about be grateful for everything, even if you don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how you could possibly have something good out of it, because at the end of the day, it is in your highest favor, it is in your highest interest. Even the worst pain, the happiest happiness, okay, there is extreme happiness and extreme sadness, and the more that you polarize these energies, the more you balance them out, the less you'll be affected by this, the less of an emotional roller coaster you'll experience. And I'm getting this is more so the lesson for the other energy, but you had to learn it through experiencing this energy. Likely you've already mostly mastered this, but this energy is trying to run you for a loop again. Be grateful for it, it'll throw it off, and it will be healthier for you, because your peace, your sanctity is what's important here. And of course, you have not an accident synchronicity, because it wouldn't be a message, because it wouldn't be spiritual if it wasn't synchronistic. All right, so we have not an accident synchronicity. They're bringing me back to that IVF situation they had in the beginning. Okay, so if something accidentally happened, it wasn't an accident by the universe, it was meant to happen. Okay, if you're like wondering if you made the right decision, or if you're like, oh, I acted uncharacteristically of me in a situation or whatever, it wasn't an accident, it was meant to happen. There's a reason for that. Okay, and then you have by the moon. Pay attention to your cycles. Okay, there's a lot of fertile energy coming out here. We have the moon, accidents, that IVF thing. Okay, there's a lot of fertility around you. Okay, so whatever you give your attention to is going to exponentially grow at this time. That's why these energies are like, oh, if I just dish a little bit of self-doubt, that'll explode. But if you dish a little bit of I don't know, so you take $100 bill, you put it in a little jar for later, guess what's gonna grow? You know, if you take a little bit of self-love, a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of Reiki, and you kind of put that aside for later, that's what's gonna grow. If you reach out to people that actually genuinely love you, if you reach out to your spirit guides, whatever you pay your attention to, you read that extra book, you start that side hustle, you create a little bit more, you write down your experience, these are the things that are gonna grow. So where your energy flows, or where your attention goes, energy flows. And they want to draw this back to your attention. They're saying that you know this and you know how to practice this, but right now it is exponential. They're saying if you they're saying like I'll match you and I'll raise you. Okay, so if you have positivity, your guides, they're gonna match you on it, and they're gonna match you and they're gonna raise you. Okay, and you're gonna be like on top of the world. Okay, if you are like budgeting, okay? They're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see your 50 bucks and I'm gonna raise you 200 bucks. Like they're going to like blow up everything that you put your attention to, okay? So if this is a creative project, if this is healthy relationships in your life, if this is work, if this is your animals, your children, your family, anything like this, what you give your attention to is going to grow right now, which is why you have things fighting for your attention. So if anything, group one, just be like, things are fighting for my attention and I'm grateful even if I don't need to know why, because I don't need to know. So I don't need to know. That's awesome. Like, more space for me. I'm gonna go read a book. I'm gonna go learn another language. I'm gonna go start this creative project and just kind of get it, right? Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, you're reading auras. Oh, honey, you see right through the situation. I think that's the part that was hurting. Okay, because this wasn't yours, you knew that, and you were still trying to do work on yourself in order to appease the situation, in order to make the situation better. 808. First of all, second of all, this is time for you to shine. This is time for you to let loose, have fun, maybe go to the bar, go to the club, have a little bit of fun, let loose, okay? You are supposed to enjoy your life. Blessing magnet, yeah. This time is all about you. Stand in your spotlight, stand in your power. Don't let anything or anyone take that away from you. If you don't understand something, trust that you don't need to, because you have so much sight, so much energetic awareness. You can see right through freaking everything. So, if something doesn't make sense, allow it to not make sense. I'm hearing the song Misunderstood by Banks, right? She's like, if I had just 1 penny for every time somebody didn't get me, I wouldn't need this hustle, man. Man, I love this hustle. I don't think they understand. Let people misunderstand you, because they'll either figure it out or they won't. Either way, that's not your business. It's not your path. It's not your job, okay? Your job is to be yourself, and that's allowed to flow and change and be whatever you want it to be, or whatever it just authentically is. And so anyone who's trying to get in the way of that or tell you anything or be anything weird, it's like, bye, okay? And it's your ancestors. Okay, so this is just like a little confirmation, especially if this is somebody that's super close to you or an energy that has been around you for a long time. Your ancestors, your spirit guides are like picking up on this. Their ancestors, their spirit guides are picking up on this, and they want you to they're saying get the hell out of Dodge, okay? Because, oh, I also saw a truck like going down a, because I said Dodge, I saw like a truck like going down like a dirt road. So if you're like, should I just like skip town for like a week? There's a reason you're having that impulse, okay, randomly. Because you need to be the F away from this energy while it's experiencing its karma, because it's about to. Okay, there's something that's about to pop off, negatively for them, positively for you. So they're trying to create distance, and this energy is like, group one, help me. And you're like, bye, sorry. So don't be their beast of burden. Okay? I think that's all I have for you, group one. That was insane in the membrane. I'm so grateful for you being here today. I hope that this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and it really seemed like you needed a little bit of like encouragement and validation. This isn't even yours, okay? Like, with peace and love, keep being yourself, because you're amazing, and there's literally nothing about you that even needs to change. That's why the situation is triggering. That's why they're trying to make you feel like you have some growth to do, but it's like, it takes two to tango, and you're the one that's picking up all the pieces, and they're like, nope, it's all you. So that's how you know, all right? That's how you know. Okay. That's how you know that you love her. Whatever. So, I love you so very much. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. I will see you next time, hopefully. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and, mwah. Namaste. Hi there, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste. This is your Dark Night of the Soul reading. So you chose the second group with the Follow Your Heart card, and as I was sitting down to record your reading, I actually felt like a little bit of pressure and like chest tightness, like in my heart chakra and a little bit behind my collarbone here. So this is saying that there are some things that you are working through right now when it pertains to opening up your channel between your heart and your throat chakra. So what it means to speak your truth, speak from your heart, to follow your heart. There is an indication here that there are some things that you are listening to. I'm saying the word ear in heart here. There's an indication that you are learning how to listen to yourself better. Listen to your feelings, listen to your body, listen to your experience. there are some things that you feel that maybe you are not rationally wanting yourself to feel, or there are some things you are experiencing that you wish you weren't experiencing, but instead of allowing yourself to look the other way, you're being encouraged to actually listen to the way that you feel in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, because it's not always just about the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Sometimes it's just the mere observation of the energy, the mere observation. I'm getting that there is a specific thing this is referring to, mostly. Okay, there might be several things that tie into this that maybe led up to a culmination point, but I'm getting that there is one specific thing that is causing you to feel a certain way. This can be a specific person that's bringing up certain feelings. This can be a certain nutrient or lack thereof, self-care or lack thereof. There's something very specific that is drawing this energy. It's bringing up some feelings. Okay. And you are being called to follow this without knowing why, but I'm also hearing magnetize, to become a magnet. And of course, I was feeling that clairsentiently, but on this card, which is like it's like the deck card. It's not technically a card, but it is, because that's the name of my oracle deck. There's blue, green, and white here. So this is saying that you are drawing light to your need to speak through something that's happening through your heart that's overflowing, overwhelming. I'm hearing the phrase word vomit. Okay, there might be an opportunity where you just feel like there's so much left unsaid, or there are so many feelings that you have that they just kind of bubble up and pour over. It might be helpful for you to like write, to journal, to create with this energy, but something that is like through written word, something that gets the thoughts out of your heart, not so much your head. Hi, handsome. I love you. As you probably know by now, this is Chad. He is a Capricorn, and he is here for your reading today, group 2. So I'm going to pull your cards and see what's going on with your dark night of the soul. They keep saying anahata, so there is some sort of like heart awakening going on for you, but I keep hearing like love, and I'm hearing you're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I'm also hearing another song on top of that. Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? It also reminds me of one of my favorite ancestors who's with me. So there might be an ancestor that's around you right now, or like a guardian angel of yours, a feminine energy perhaps that allows you to work through this. You might be picking up on their energy. Maybe they're not around you too often, but when they are, it's unmistakable. Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords. I'll show you. Knight of Swords, along with the Emperor and the King of Cups. Okay, so there's something here where there is clarification required in a certain situation, and you're feeling a little bit stuck. Knight of Swords with the Emperor, this is an indication of, Knight of Swords is very impulsive, he's very quick, he's very passionate, he's very rational, he's very true, he speaks his truth, but the Emperor is a little bit, he's oftentimes depicted like playing chess, sitting on his throne. He can indicate like Aries or Taurus energy, which are two of the most like stubborn energies in the zodiac, but they're also very true to themselves as well, very loyal energies. So there's this energy of, knowing you need to be loyal to yourself before you be loyal to anything or anyone else. And this is kind of where there's this friction going on in your energy. And the reason for this is because there's something that you wish to embark upon, King of Cups, right? In your heart center, through your intuition, through your action. There's something you want to take action towards. I saw 5:15 on the recording time, but it will require you to make some changes. And at this point, you need to put yourself first. You need to know that, I'm hearing that Halsey song. You said you'd catch me if I fall. I can't remember the rest of the song right now, but a little bit of chest tightness. Okay, if you I would recommend doing some breath work or some pranayama. Okay, not through your diaphragm but through your chest. Okay, if you've been listening to some of my readings lately where I've been recommending chest breathing as opposed to like there's so many different ways to breathe or to send your breath to. If you've been picking up on other oh my gosh, there's other piles where you need to breathe out your chest, please practice this. I'm also feeling it kind of like gripping my throat chakra a little bit, but I don't feel as though it's really a throat chakra blockage. I feel like my heart is open and my throat chakra is open, but it feels comfortable coming from my thoughts and my intuition, but there's a little bit of like the space between my heart and my throat that needs to open up. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up on for you. You have Temperance. We have slow and steady wins the race. Now look, we have Temperance with the Knight of Swords. You're being called to practice gratitude, not only for yourself, but for how far you've come. There's a situation that's coming back around, and it's going to require you to stand your ground about how you feel, which might be a little bit out of your comfort zone for some reason. So there's kind of an energy of like, do you follow your intuition? Do you follow your rational mind? Do you follow your heart? And the answer is simply yes. We have the Moon and the Three of Swords, which indicates deep emotions or feelings that are left unsaid, unexplored. Also, letting things out into the open, okay, and going through cycles and phases. Three of Swords indicates heartbreak, pain. It also indicates hot and cold communication, okay, and difficult energies. And of course, that's when Chad runs away because he doesn't like the Three of Swords. So what I'm getting with that is you might feel called to both take action and sit still, but you're being asked actually to magnetize your energy. And the reason for this is, say hi, bud. The reason for this is because you're being asked to find reasons where you are, no, don't shoot the messenger, making excuses for yourself. Okay, making excuses for why it's wrong to feel a certain way, why you feel that you shouldn't feel a certain way, why you feel that you shouldn't want a certain thing, or trying to see the lesson in a blessing, where sometimes it might literally just be a blessing. Maybe your heart center is your intuition as well. Your spirit guides want me to remind you quickly, there's a particular feminine energy. I'm getting this as an ancestor or passed on loved one, okay, that's around you, and I'm feeling like this tightness, okay? They're saying that there is a time in your life that is filled with sorrow that reminds you of them, and that they want you to speak about an experience you had around that time, okay? Also, they're coming through to let you know that there is a synchronicity between that point in your life and this point in your life, and they want you to not overanalyze it, but just identify it and see the way that things worked out. They're saying the loss of something brings the gaining of something else. So they're wanting you to draw attention to this. Maybe you are thinking that, okay, they want you to flip-flop this energy. They're saying that there is something where you think if you acquire this, you will need to lose something, when in reality, if you release this thought process, if you release this narrative, then it will allow you to acquire what it is that you're feeling, which is why you feel the need to take action and also to magnetize something. But this energy in and of itself is creating a friction within your auric field, okay? Because when you have something, it's like when you're trying to draw something towards you, it's going to be positively charged. In order for you to pick it up, you need to be magnetizing, right? Or electromagnetic. But if you are electric, if you're like, I need to make moves, and you're also trying to draw something towards you, then that's when you have a positive and positive side of a magnet, and they're going to repel each other just a little bit. This is the friction you're feeling in your aura. And I'm feeling this energy just, like around through my energy centers. You felt it, huh, bud? So I'm going to pull some more cards for you. Group number 2. Group number 2 is Darknet of the Soul. What do you need to know? Okay, Chad's literally trying to run away right now, so if you, which he was so snuggly earlier, okay. If you're trying to run away from something, you're running away from it because you want it, but you want to scope it out first. Bro, I know you like the Alexandrite, okay, but I need to work. Okay, come here. What if you sit still, and then I let you hang out with all my crystals after, okay? Is that okay? This little boy, I swear he will, like Alexandrite, turquoise, tourmaline, and like celestite. If it's anywhere, like in like a mile radius, you will find it. It is adorable. Which reminds me, Alexandrite, celestite, tourmaline, and turquoise. If you have any of those, it will be helpful to work with those. Alexandrite can change colors. If you have Alexandrite, or if you were born in June, this can be helpful for you to work with. It will help you change color according to the energy. It's kind of like a natural mood ring, but it only really has like 2, sometimes 3 phases to it. So it will help you. Also, Moldavite can switch too. Okay, I don't know, you're energized. I'm trying to pull these cards, bro. Okay, you have the Magician. You're trying to manifest something. King of Pentacles. So you're trying to take action towards it. Ace of Swords. But the difficulty is in speaking your truth about it. Ace of Swords with the King of Cups. Wanting to take action, but wanting to receive clarity about whether or not the action you want to take is preemptive, or if it's aligned with something else here. Your guides are saying, yes, it's aligned, but they want you to do the work whether or not you know it's aligned, but your intuition is telling you otherwise, which is probably why you're feeling a little bit antsy. Like Chad. So you have Knight of Swords with the Magician. You're trying to manifest communication, or clarity, or forward movement, or quick action, or a specific thought pattern, perhaps. Maybe you're trying to rewire your self-belief. You're trying to rewire, I'm hearing Atomic Habits by James Clear. Maybe you're reading that. Maybe you want to give that a read. Okay, there's something here where you are aware of your wisdom. And I'm hearing, wise men say only fools rush in. So maybe you're telling yourself, maybe what you want is forward movement, but what you're telling yourself is that that's not healthy, that's not conducive, that's too something, it's too fast, it's too slow, it's too this, it's too that. But they're drawing my attention to, why is this specific energy creating this reaction to you? That's your dark night of the soul. Because it's not, is this right, is this wrong, what should you do, how is this spiritual, what's the lesson? It's, are you sure it's not just this one particular thing that's causing you to feel like this? Are you sure it's not, are you sure it's an error in your emotions, or in your thoughts, or in your energy, or something to heal? Are you sure? Because it kind of seems like this is exactly what you want, the exact vibrational, to a T match of what you want showing up on your doorstep, but it's not moving, it's not coming towards you, because you are trying to move towards it, and you have all of this clutter in your mind. When in reality, once you release this clutter, it's already in your lap. It has the chess piece, and it wants to place it down right in front of you. It wants to create abundance alongside you. You have King of Pentacles. There's a lot of financial abundance indicated here as well, but they're saying no, it's more so, they're showing me like a house or like a piece of land. Okay, so this could be like an investment. This can be someone who wants to become your roommate. This can be somebody who wants to start a family. This can be somebody who wants to take care of your bearded dragon. This is something like this, okay? Now we have the King of Cups to the Ace of Swords. This is an interesting progression here I'm going to come back to really quickly. You want to like cut through something. You're like, I want answers and I want them now. The answers are within you. They're inside you. Your intuition already has given you all the answers. They're saying that they have provided clarity with you time and time and time again, and there have been a few times where you're trying to squeeze an answer that's not the correct answer out of your intuition, and at this point, this is you creating friction within your manifestation, okay? I'm hearing the song Day and Night by Kid Cudi. They're saying if you are smoking and it's helping, this is only for some of you, obviously. The lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night, right? So, if you're smoking and it's helping, because sometimes it can be very, very helpful for like mastering your energy field, tuning in with your higher self, energy work, things like that. Beautiful. Become aware of the way that you feel. However, if you're smoking and it's not helping, or you're not smoking at all, like if there's something like this that's coming up, pay attention to how you feel, because it's either directly helping you, directly not helping you. Pay attention to the energy vibrational difference in your mindset, in your heart, in your soul, okay? Bro, that's my selenite. You can't have it. Sorry. So cute. I'm going to pull Ascended Masters Oracle. They're showing me something changing colors, shape-shifting. They're showing me something that it's like stripes, and then it's polka dots, and then it's pink, and then it's blue. And so they're saying that the more that you allow yourself to be seen multidimensionally, the less you need to worry about what version of you is going to draw in your manifestation, because you won't be focused on your manifestation, you'll be focused on you, and that will be able to align with your truest self anyway. Okay, so if you're wondering about who you are, or what you look like, or what you do, or something like this, and you're like, how can I tailor myself to my manifestation? How can I heal just right? How can I say the right thing? How can I look the right way? They're like, no, just be yourself. Also, shout out to Taylor Bennett. Listen to the song Be Yourself by Taylor Bennett. There will be messages in there for you. You have detached from drama, which Chad is not doing with Pallas Athena here. Okay, tune into your feminine deities right now. Also, you have Isis with balanced career and home life. They want you to focus a little bit more on your career. They want you to focus a little bit more on your home. They're asking you to clean up some of the corners in your home. They're saying prepare your home as if you were to expect company, whether or not you are, and then they're saying wink. So, I don't know. Artistic expression. Now, interesting, when I picked up this card, the first thing I thought was like being neurodivergent, or perhaps having ADHD, or like just having attention deficit, or like trying to have a hard time expressing yourself and what's in your heart. And notice here on this card, he's very devout, but his hand is over his heart here. He's also wearing a necklace. So if there's something that you wear all the time, like a fashion piece or something that is authentically you, this is helping you draw in your manifestation whether or not you realize it. For example, my mala, my prayer beads. I feel like it's okay to share it. For this is about self-forgiveness for me, which is allowing me to stand into forgiveness for others, self-acceptance, and closeness to God. It's helping me just kind of forgive myself for things I wish I haven't done, allowing myself to be treated certain ways by people, just, you know, life and things beyond this life, optimistically. So if there's something like this, they're saying to stick with it. If you have like a rosary or prayer beads, or if there's like a crystal that you keep on you all the time, or something like that. And also retreat into nature, green man. Okay, so I saw like a little tent in my mind. If you're thinking about going on like a little overnight camping trip, or if you are seeing faces in trees, or if you feel connected to a specific culture, like druids are coming to mind, this is significant for you. They want you to pay attention to not only why, but they're wanting you to kind of explore this direction a little bit. This might be leading you into a new geographic location. This could be leading you into a new creative idea. This can be allowing you to meet new people. This can also be having you dive into a new form of spirituality or religion, okay? He has a little bit of a mischievous look on his face, and his like little mustache and beard are really standing out to me. And I'm seeing like the letter T and like a tree, literally. So if there's like a tree that you regularly hug, or if there's a tree that someone in your family like goes and visits like regularly, if you have a tree or something, like go visit your tree. Or if there's a tree that just came to mind, even if it's not your tree, when I said that, go visit that tree. It wants to talk to you. Trees can talk. Go ask it what it wants to say. You have persistence with Lug. Interesting, I just mentioned druids. Okay, so this is technically the strength card, but Lug is the magician. He is the embodiment of the divine masculine, and of course is a druid deity. So his third eye has like a golden light coming out of it. When it comes to your this dark night of the soul you're going through, you are being asked to have strength in a way you haven't before. This is strength through vulnerability. This is not strength through showing up and pushing through. This is not strength from being dramatic, or by working harder, or by creating more. This is strength by softening. This is strength through love. This is strength through turning the other cheek, through taking time to go inside, to spend some time alone, to retreat, to talk to a tree in front of people, to meditate in public. This is allowing yourself to be yourself fully and authentically, regardless of what's going on within and around you. They're showing me somebody like meditating in public, not to make like a spectacle of meditating in public, just because they feel comfortable enough in that space. Okay, and it doesn't have to be that specifically, but there's something like this that's going on, okay, they want to draw your attention to. So, you're saying that there's something that's difficult to talk to about, or you don't have the right person or people around you to talk to. That's why this ancestor's coming in. They're saying you can write to them, you can talk to them, go find a tree, talk to the tree, you can talk to yourself, but don't allow yourself to answer. It's funny, they're like, don't talk yourself through this because your mind might be like confusing you, but they want you to talk about it, you know what I mean? Just like let it out, vent, because that will surprise you as to what comes out, is what they're saying. Like open up like the notes on your laptop or on your phone, or just open up a journal and just kind of like create a stream of consciousness. And it's going to show you the way that you're really authentically feeling, because it's going to come out of you without coming from your brain. It'll come straight from your heart. And they're saying that might be a little bit scary. And they're saying your intuition is picking up on something, but you're trying to tell yourself that it's not true. And I felt like a raspy throat when I said that. And I'm hearing Honey by Kehlani, so that could be significant for some of you. This could have to do with like LGBTQIA kind of energy as well. This can also have to do with, I don't know, just opening yourself up to like an opportunity that's around you. That is something that is, I'm getting watching you, and you know that it's watching you. So there's something where it's a little bit, you're being overly cautious about the way that you present yourself, or you're like being a little bit self-conscious here because you know you're being watched. And it's almost like you know this is coming towards you, you know what the other end holds, but maybe that's not reciprocated on the other end. I'm sorry, Chad is distracting me. I'm sorry, do you want to go? I don't, okay, just stay. I'm going to pull some more cards. You have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is energy where you're like, well, I'm fine without it. I'm really just fine without it, whatever. Are you though? You have the Fool. This is a test of your faith. That's what this is. So, they want you to not just clear this channel between your crown and your heart chakra, buddy, stop it. But they want you to actually like tune your heart chakra to your crown. They want you to have faith that you're feeling what you're feeling for a particular reason. Okay, they want you to go within and know that you wouldn't be like allowed to feel something that wasn't in your highest good. And it doesn't seem like it's anything negative per se. It just seems like it's something that's out of your comfort zone. So you're being called to explore why it's out of your comfort zone and in which areas of life you need a little more faith, because I'm hearing like you're fine alone, or like you're very independent, or what if it goes too fast, or what if you fall too hard, or what if it's too much emotion, or what if something gets too deep, or like you have to change a bunch of stuff. There's like some of this coming out because you have Jupiter and we have Pisces and we have Pluto coming out. Okay, so Pluto, this is, what if it affects my finances? Okay, what if I have to change? What if it asks me to transform myself? What if it doesn't like me the way I am? Pisces, this is what if it takes too much? What if I fall too hard? What if I feel too deeply? What if I'm too childish? What if I'm not creative enough? Jupiter, this is like, it's all of this. This is what if it takes away my freedom? What if I stop learning? What if I create stagnation in my life? These are like questions coming up, and the answer is you already have everything that you need. That's why you're ready to take this leap of faith. But are you ready to devote yourself to yourself enough to take this leap of faith? There's the question. I need to pull more cards. Can you behave, please? He keeps trying to run away, even though he's been asking me to snuggle all day. So I think that might be maybe significant for you a little bit, okay? You're like staying away from something because you don't want to be running away from something, but that is what makes you run away, that in and of itself, okay? So cute. I love him so much. Should I put you on the bed? Okay, good. So, getting back into your reading. Okay, so the Fool is Aries energy. It's also Pluto. Okay, so it's a little bit Scorpionic with Mars. That's saying that there is some sort of like fiery passion, and the passion, there's like a difference between frustrating passion and like creative, spiritual, like I guess inspiring passion. Like what lights your fire in like a positive way, and what lights your fire in like a frustrating way. So you're being called to separate those two. Maybe there's a little bit of a blurred line, or maybe you're afraid that the line there is blurry or something like this. You have the Death card, and you have the Six of Pentacles. If you choose to take this new beginning, this opportunity that is ahead of you, of course you need to magnetize it towards you. But once it comes, when you decide to accept the offer, when you decide to accept this energy into your life, which the cards say you should, they think you should take a beat to yourself, and when you come back, it will all be like set up for you. It's like they're showing me, symbolically of course, but they're showing me like, you are like, I don't want to deal with this, I want to get my mind off of this, and then you go like retreat into nature. So you go camping for like 2 or 3 nights. Then you come back and somebody's like, oh, I set up this picnic table for you, I put together our contract, like here, let's like, here's a glass of wine, like it's just all done, it's all prepared, it's all like at your doorstep. You show up, there's a package at your door, and it's all everything you could have wanted, and you're like, whoa, I was so stressed about whether or not the package was going to come because you got 3-day delivery and you're counting down the days or something like this. It's like very it's like the timeline is what's tripping you out, not the actual energy. Okay, and you're like, well, what if it's right now? How am I not ready? Or what if it's in the future? Then what do I have to do to prepare? And it's like, just get out of your head, okay? Because this is causing you to push it away because you're both in the same energy, which is exactly how you know this is a mirroring energy. And also that whatever it is that you're experiencing, that you're having a hard time releasing out into the ether, is exactly the way the situation is mirroring you. It's exactly what's going on the other side as well. So what you're going to want to do is energetically and emotionally heal this within yourself, and then be in a magnetizational energy. That will heal. It will help the other side of the energy heal as well. Okay, like, yeah, just mirroring energy, pretty much, is coming up. This will not only heal you, but it will also create like an ease in the energetic barrier, which will allow this to continue to come towards you, and it will create ease in the mind and the heart of the situation as well. So hold on. Sorry about that. We are back. So, what you put out is what you get back from this energy. So essentially, if you are like stressed, what you're going to get back is unsure kind of stressed. If you are having faith, letting it flow, not worried, you're just like, I know how I feel about the situation. It would be super nice if I got this job offer. It would be super nice if I was friends with this person. It would be super nice if just this energy just miraculously healed itself. But let me do like the work on myself, not because I want the situation to pan out, but just because I deserve to feel comfortable. I deserve to feel better. I deserve to have self-love and like be grateful for myself and how far I've come, and like just give yourself a little bit of a glow up. Go into nature, ground that energy. That's exactly what you're going to get back. But here's the thing, the intention needs to be not the fact that you're going to receive this manifestation or the fact that you're going to receive this energy. And that is kind of what's tripping you out, because you are intuitive. You're already aware that this is what's going on. And that is exactly where this dark night of the soul is coming in, because you're kind of like, you're so aware of this that it's like stressing you out a little bit. And that's okay. That's normal. I'm seeing eat in the death card here. So it's like, you know you're going to eat. Like, you literally know you're going to eat. Okay, and so that's where there's this death and rebirth. You're like, oh my god, well, do I need to change this? Do I need to get my finances together? Do I need to do a couple extra push-ups? Do I need to, I don't know, do my skincare? Do I need to go, whatever? Spend time in nature, drink a little more water, do your breath work, and like journal. Like, work on those emotions a little bit. And it's not because there are no emotions that you are feeling that are like wrong or need to be changed or like rationalized or anything like that. There are only emotions that you're feeling that want to be acknowledged by you and validated, I think, really validated by you. Okay, and some of these are going to be really happy, some of these are going to be sad, but I think you're going to be surprised at when you like look back at what it is that you're just kind of streaming out there from your heart, how beautiful these energies are. And you're going to be like, wow, this is what I was not letting myself feel, because this is beautiful and probably everything you've wanted for a long time too. There is a little bit of a like restless energy going on where you know that you're being watched, and that's coming up again. And just because you know you're being watched, it's like, still take it slow, be yourself, and allow yourself to express your heart more in the places where you're being seen. That is coming out primarily because I'm hearing like wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so allow yourself to be everything that you are. Don't try to be anything different. And know that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than you think there is, but you are being called to focus on yourself. And I think that you already know that, and I think that that plus the addition of the timeline is kind of what's stressing you out a little bit. But again, no, if you have faith, the situation is going to have faith. If you are just true and authentic and you just show up for yourself, then the situation will be true and authentic and show up for themselves, and that will align both of your energies together. There are two ways energies can mirror. Okay, they can be moving towards each other step by step, and this is where they'll be like polarizing. They'll be the opposite but moving towards each other like this, or they're both doing the same thing, feeling the same way, and that's when they move like this, and that's when it's harder to close the gap, because you're not just transmuting energy in between. One or both of the energies will need to kind of switch, whether it's electrifying or magnetizing. You're being called to switch from electrification to magnetizing. Okay, so this is normal, it's natural, it's okay. Just stand in your feminine energy. Don't be afraid to express, but express what's in your heart, okay? And then do a little bit more meditation. Some of these feminine traits, it can be like, yes, of course, when we think of feminine energy, we're like, oh, like pretty and pink and like dressing up and stuff like that, but really, it is being receptive. It is tuning into the throat, third eye, and crown chakras. This is having faith. This is going back to your bhakti, back to your devotion, back to your practice, going back to center. Okay, this is spending time with your mother, spending time with the earth, your mother. This is tuning in with things that are comfortable for you. This is curling up in a blanket. It is spending time meditating and praying and having faith in the universe, in God, and whatever it is that you have faith in yourself even, and speaking. But primarily listening, because that is the receptive side of the throat chakra. So you're being called to listen. It might help you to like listen to an audiobook, for example, or read a little bit more. It could maybe you've been binge watching tarot readings lately and you're wondering why. It's because you need to receive energy. It's trying to get you in the flow of receiving energy. And I think that's super natural and normal that you're doing that. And I also think that it's beautiful that you are allowing yourself to receive, because sometimes it can be difficult, you know? And like, it seems that you have this on lock in every area of your life, and then as soon as this one particular energy comes in and requires that same lesson you've just learned to be reactivated, it kind of not put that receptive energy on pause in the rest of your life, but definitely created a vibe where it's either a little bit more difficult to receive, or you feel a little bit of a difference, or you're noticing, or you're feeling lack where there is abundance. This is about being abundance, allowing yourself, crown chakra, to detach from, acknowledge the way that you feel, allow yourself to express it, but listen to what you're expressing. Express it to yourself. Open up this channel right here on the left side. I guess when you're watching it, it'll be here, but on me, the left side is right here. So listen to the way that you feel. Tell yourself the way that you feel, not the way that you think you should feel. And then listen to guidance. Listen to, like, learn more about this. And at the same time, then detach from whether or not you feel the way that you feel. Detach from the journal entry that you wrote. Detach from the song that you wrote. Detach from the painting you drew. Detach from any ideas or preconceived notions or expectations. I'm hearing that song No Expectations by Trevor Hall. You might want to give that a listen. It's absolutely gorgeous. This Dark Night of the Soul is all about opening up your heart chakra, and I'm feeling it in my collarbone a little bit. You might want to do some like spinal work, or some like back opening work, some heart chakra work. I do have some like heart chakra yin on my channel. I do also have some like a spinal flexibility and strength class on my channel. That one's more intense. The other one is yin. It's totally receptive. One thing, okay, so something says it's one thing when it's really the other way, or you're perceiving something as like, you're perceiving something as one way when in reality it's the other way. You're like, that's what needs to flip. Okay, it's your perspective. It's your perspective about either what you deserve, the way that the way that the situation is going to approach you or not, or something like this, because you are underestimating the amount of mirrored energy there is. You're drawing my attention to the fact that yin yoga, it's actually yang. So yeah, because you're releasing yin, right? You're practicing like yoga nidra pretty much. So when you are releasing yin, they call it yin yoga. So it's like when you are releasing what's there, that's when you will receive what you need in replacement of what you're releasing, okay? So don't just release that which doesn't serve you. Release that which you are carrying on your shoulders too. I'm also hearing the Trevor Hall song, Put Down What You Are Carrying, which is gorgeous. So yes, I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you to see what you need to know about this Dark Night of the Soul. We have Clear and Shield Your Energy with El Moria. Okay, so if you have a big bar of selenite, or you have some cleansing herbs, or just clean your space. Like they said earlier, I believe, clean your space as if you're expecting guests, even though you're not. Because maybe you will, maybe it's just helpful for your energetic field. It also helps you to magnetize too. Clean your door frame, clean your windows. They're saying, there you go. So this will help you bring in abundance in all forms, okay? Peace Offering with White Buffalo Calf Woman, okay? Love her. Look into her story. It's very inspiring. I'm also hearing Tenkashila, so you might want to look into that. The Great Spirit, grandfather, Great Spirit, that is everything. It's like grandfather sky, okay? Look into that. Look into the Great Spirit that's behind everything. And look in like feminine fortitude, like the masculine side of feminine energy and the feminine side of feminine energy. They want you to differentiate these two energies within themselves, and imagine you having like a grid of your energy, okay? And they want you to compartmentalize your electric feminine, your your electric feminine, your magnetic masculine, and your electric masculine. They want you to compartmentalize those energies, okay? You also have Listen with Manjushri. So listen to yourself, listen to your heart when Chad's calling for you. She's holding a sword, which is indicating like expect communication, expect truth, expect clarity. They're saying expect it sooner than you think, and more deeply than you think, but they want you to do this work like soon. You're experiencing this now because things are going to be fast, and it's not going to be difficult, but you might expect it to be difficult, okay? You've completed a cycle here, and you've put enough hard work in on yourself and on the situation that things are supposed to just flow from here on out. And that's why they want you to focus on your priorities with the Merkaba and King Solomon, all right? You might want to check out Solomon's Grimoire. Also, side note, if you've been doing some craft on the situation, your guides want me to let you know that this might be actually putting your manifestation off a little bit. It might be putting the situation off a little bit because this creates karma, and that creates that puts energy in the barrier between you and what you want. So cool it on the craft, do the work energetically, all right? Telepathic communication is coming out as well. So if you're experiencing something like this, or like the higher self of this situation, or you're just in, like, your ancestors are telling you something, don't discredit what you're experiencing, because it's very true, especially if it's coming through in like the dream realms or your telepathy or your intuition or something like this. You want you to straighten your crown is what they're saying, and straighten your crown and detach from any outcomes, but know that you know what you know, and just kind of have faith in it, and then detach from it anyway. Okay, I'm also hearing the Anyway prayer by Mother Teresa, and they're saying that this is a glimpse at the other side of the situation, okay? They're trying to learn how to love anyway, and that's what you deserve anyway. So in the meanwhile, go distract yourself, focus on yourself, give yourself some love, okay? That's what this Dark Night of the Soul is wanting from you, okay? It's not wanting you to do anything other than spend some time with the earth, your mother, the moon, your grandmother, this sky, like your grandfather, like the sun, your father. Like, it wants you, or I think it's sky, father, son, grandfather, might have those mixed. It wants you to just take some time and tune in with your roots, but like your earth roots, like tune in with your energy, your feelings. Like, they want you to get emotional with it, get like have like a deep, dark, like, get to the bottom of it. Like, I'm seeing somebody like sitting in a tent, like next to like some candles or like a lantern, and just like curled up in a blanket and just like journaling, and like just by themselves, just like living their best life, like having like their own little like baby retreat. Okay, so retreat yourself. You don't need anyone or anyone else to do this for you or with you or lead you through it. You know what to do, you know what you need better than anybody else. So that's really what this is trying to like urge you into doing. It's trying to egg you on into a little bit more self-care practice, or just like it wants you to pull you into a retreat. That's why you're feeling this energetic friction, okay? And when you come out, you're going to feel rejuvenated, detached, and then since you're kind of like, oh yeah, it's whatever, I feel healed and amazing and gorgeous and glorious, then whatever situation this is that it's referring to for you is going to be like on your doorstep waiting for you when you get home, and you're going to be like, oh my god, no way, Colleen told me about that. So you have Archangels and Numerology. I was going to say this earlier, but you might have messages in the first group. You have subtle vibration. Your intuition is more on point than you think it is. Calling in manifestations, you are meant to receive this, not go after it. And a door is opening. Better believe. Don't have lack of faith for even 1 second. You've been called. Expect some communication. Expect a call. But know that you need to go do your thing. Go pay attention to yourself. Give yourself some love. Why are you ignoring yourself? Don't do that. And it's sending to Arcturus, okay? Tune in with Arcturus, like specifically Dark Night of the Soul card. They're saying that this does not need to be as painful as you're making it, and this isn't, they're saying like no, they're saying like no cap, but also no offense. Okay, so this doesn't need to be as difficult. You're meant to just magnetize this, and the more that you can just detach from it and allow it to come to you, the easier it will be, and it's going to come to you anyway. The more that you try to make something happen, the longer it's going to take for this to happen, and the more frustrated you're going to be. So just, they're just saying like, take a chill pill, magnetize, know that you deserve it, know that it's coming anyway, have faith. Intuitive protection. If you feel like anybody's trying to get in the way of your manifestation or whatever, they're saying it's probably you doing manifestation work, or it's probably your brain or something like this, lack of speaking your heart or something like this. But know that you are psychically protected at this time. Also carry some tourmaline with you, especially around this time, and maybe keep something like under your pillow, especially if you do resonate with group number 1. Just do a little bit of energy work. You might want to cut those cords, visualize the red string of fate, find where it's connecting you to, and then snip, get rid of it. Cancers are great at this too. Find a Cancer, tune in with Cancerian energy. They're great at cord cutting. Escaping the matrix. What's giving you a hard time is the fact that you're able to see directly through the situation. You're like, here's me, here's the situation, here's what's going to happen, here's the energy in between, here's how it's going to play out, here's the time frame. Your intuition is like it's letting you know what's going on. And so your ancestors are around you just trying to get you into the vibration of this already happened, and you're magnetizing it, and who cares anyway, you're just frolicking through the flowers. And yeah, so that's where you're meant to be, in divine protection. You know that you know what you know. It came straight to you from the divine. You have a connect source. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. All right, you know exactly what's going on here. Don't make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. No reason for that. Ascended Master, Group 2, you know what's going on. You literally know what's going on. All right, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some TLC. Listen to your higher self. Look at that. Listen to your higher self, not just about the situation. Like, cut yourself some slack on the situation. Like, pay attention to literally anything else. Like, if you need to, this is like showing me like a kid who's like watching TV, and their parent is like, stop watching TV, and the kid's eyes are just glued to it, hyper focused, and they turn off the TV. They like have to turn the kid's face. This is like when my dog stares at the food that I'm eating, and I'm like, stop hyper fixating. So this is difficult. There's a reason you're doing this. It's because your intuition is going crazy. Look at your ascendant, okay, in your astrology chart. Look at your ascendant, and they're saying meditate at the time you were born. I've never gotten that message before. Find your ascendant, and then meditate on that zodiac sign at the time when you were born, okay? That will help you a lot. And then also holding space. Yes, give yourself a little bit more space. Give the situation a little bit more space. And it's not because, okay, space is nothing other than Akash. It is like space. Like, space holds all the other elements. So if you're holding space, there's room to magnetize in everything that you want, okay? If you are not giving yourself the situation, if you're not giving things space, it's going to be compacted with what? Earth, wind, fire, water, you know? I'm hearing, do you remember the 21st night of September? Okay. You have ask for help. Ask for your help from angel spirits and guides on how to transmute the energy. Here, release what doesn't serve you, and then hold space. When you release what doesn't serve you, it will allow you to fill back up with what does serve you. But you're being called right now to release what doesn't serve you, and then keep that space. Okay, don't magnetize what's in your direct surroundings. You're trying to be precise with this, okay? And that's what you're being called to do. I'm getting this isn't your first time trying to manifest something very specific like this. And it's not even the fact that you're trying to manifest this. It's the fact that I think it's trying to manifest you, and you're picking up on this. And you're kind of like, get on with it already. So living in truth, speak your truth, but speak it to yourself. Like, you don't need to be going around like, hey Chad, like, guess what's going on, bud? Like, journal, do some like one-on-one time. Like, you are your own best friend, you know what I mean? Like, you're your support system. Like, you have best friends, you have support system, you have a family, but you're that for you too, you know? Like, go to your ancestors, go to the sky, go to the earth, like, go to you. Like, that is what this is trying to get you to do. Like, recenter, tighten up that energy field, and then create space within it, and then just like live in that bliss. And then when you open up your eyes, once you're done with this, when you find that moment when you're coming out of meditation, or you're coming out of savasana, or you're like coming back home from that camping trip you're going to take, or something like this, that is exactly when you're going to, they're telling you, this is exactly when this is going to happen for you, okay? But they don't want you to worry about that. They don't want you to focus on that. They want you to take your focus off of that. The only reason that this is causing you pain is because you're hyper-fixating on something, and you're trying to put energy, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, it's through your mind, it's through your emotions, whatever. There's an energy that you're not letting out, okay? You're not letting out. You're looking for the space to put this, and so you're looking at the situation like, why aren't you being receptive to this, okay? And it's because they're not receptive to it because you're not receptive to it yourself. Okay, so go focus on yourself, distract yourself a little bit, go do something healthy, okay? Spend some time with a tree, wise like wood, precise as metal, rock out in your car, you know, do your thing, ask your spirit guides, ask the Pleiades, and spend some time like just being your soul. Like, forget about your human body, forget about your human situation, forget about whatever it is you need to do, and just tune in to that authentic vibration that is you. Tune into who you've been before, not situationally, just vibrationally. Create space. Tune back into source, to Christ consciousness, to your divine essence. Tune in with like, tune in with your divine nature. Tune in to the fact that sometime, someplace, somewhere, you are literally just one singular particle of space. All right, and somehow, by some miracle, you ended up in this body with this consciousness and these feelings and these thoughts and just this situation and like everything, and that is beautiful. So That is not your priority. That is just a happenstance, miraculous happening that you just are blessed enough to be this close to. Okay, so go back to where you come from. Go back to your center and release. Release, hold the space. And then when what you want is in front of you, then magnetize it to you. Don't try to pull on it, all right? You deserve better than that for yourself. Because then you'll pull in everything that's in between you and that. You don't want that. You don't need that. All right. I'm saying that's not all. I'm going to pull you one card of advice, and it is psychometry and clair abilities. All right, there's something that you are missing or not picking up on. They're getting that there are signs everywhere for you about something, but you are focused on the situation, and you're missing the important signs about a different situation, but they're all in front of your face. So take another look at all the synchronicities and signs around you and see what else they relate to, okay? It will help you, you will like not be consciously trying to change your focus. It will be like, oh my gosh, this is what I needed to do, and it'll spark some other type of excitement, and then you're gonna go do that, and there are signs and synchronicities about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about all over, so you're being called to look at that again. Also, ancestors are coming out again because we have psychometry. This always kind of reminds me of, you know, when you hold like something that belonged to a loved one of yours or someone else that passed away and you want to connect with them through an object, like that as well. Also, be careful who is touching you right now. Not just like that, but just in general. Be careful who you are texting. Be careful of doom scrolling. Be careful of those tiny little energetic like those little energy exchanges right now. Be careful who hugs you, be careful who talks to you, be careful who you're touching, okay? Because you are right now in a state of absorbing, so you're kind of picking up on all that because you're trying to absorb something, but when what you want to absorb is right in front of your face, draw it in. So focus on what's within, let it out, focus on holding space, and then whatever is in front of your face, process it, okay? So you have signs and synchronicities about something. They're saying career. They're saying shadow self, but not in a bad way, like Lilith, like dark femme, okay? So they're saying like this might have to do with something sultry, something that has to do with money, something that has to do with like they're showing me like thigh-high boots, and they're showing me like a dancer. They're showing me like a lighthouse or like a lantern, and they're showing me something that you do when no one's watching, okay? So there's something about this that they are trying to draw your attention to, and they're saying that you will know what it is, and they're showing you what steps to take, or there's a reason you feel encouraged in a particular area that you might not normally like give your energy to. They're saying now is the time. They're also showing me a horse, okay? All right, that is all I have for you today. Oh, soul ties again, last time. Literally comb through your aura. Find every tiny little particle that you are tied to. Cut them out. Cut it out. Woo. All right. Yeah, group 2, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here for your Dark Night of the Soul reading. I know this one was a little bit heavier. I'd like to thank you for being here, for doing the work, and I love you so very much. You are so loved and supported and guided. Never, ever, ever forget that. I love you so much. So does Chad. So does Brandy, who's back there sleeping on my pillow. So do your angel spirits, guides, and ancestors, and every single particle in this universe literally loves you with like undying faith and unconditionality. So mwah, I'm grateful for you. The whole universe is grateful for you. You're amazing and beautiful and perfect, just the way you are, always, forever. This is showing up. This is literally showing up. That's why you're tripping over it, okay? So don't stress yourself out. And also, yeah, I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, beautiful realm. All right. Namaste, group 2. Hi there, group number 3. Namaste. And welcome to your Dark Night of the Soul reading. Yes, this is a different day that I'm recording the last 2 piles, because I really want to make sure that we are divvying through all this energy appropriately. So, group number 3, you selected Lotus Feet. So this is beautiful. This has Ascended Master Ascension energy all over it. In terms of your Dark Night of the Soul, and this card specifically, they're showing me that you have such a big, beautiful heart, and you're learning how to express your authenticity who you are, what you love, maybe who you love, things like this. You're genuinely expressing yourself in a beautiful, amazing, gorgeous way. And this dark night of the soul was all about shadow work, but I'm hearing like, I don't really want to say that, Spirit. They're saying like, I'll just say shadow work to the extreme. This dark night of the soul was allowing you to look at all of the parts of your heart. Why do you love what you love? Why do you feel so strongly about this? Why does this trigger an emotional reaction? Why is it important for you to remove this person, this obstacle, this thing from your life? Now, everything is a reflection of yourself, and as much light as there is, there's as much shadow. Whether they're in the same place or they're dispersed is relative to the situation, but in a being, especially when going through dark night of the soul, oftentimes we look inwards, we reflect on ourselves, and we're able to find like light and shadow intermingling, and sometimes it can be confused. For example, I'll use people-pleasing as an example here. This can be, I want to give so much, and is it because you have enough and you're overflowing and genuinely it brings you personal fulfillment to give to others? Or is it because you're giving to others because then people can take your example and give to you? Or because you're trying to see that you're worthy of being given to? This is diving into those shadows and allowing yourself to see that you're perfect exactly the way that you are. And it's okay to have things about yourself, mind, body, spirit, energetically, karmically, alchemically, in any way at all, and want to better them and grow them. But it's finding the why and allowing yourself to shed light on all those shadows, become comfortable and embrace your shadow side, and then go and do that nitty-gritty tuning work. They're showing me somebody like fine-tuning like a guitar to make it just exactly the right pitch, exactly the right tone. And you've done this with your vibration. Maybe they're showing me somebody who is very high vibrational or very multi-dimensional, a bit of both perhaps, and you have your feet all the way in the ground. You have your Akash, your space element, you're tapped into it. And this dark night of the soul for you has been all about allowing yourself to see what runs in the middle. Where is that piece of darkness that's amidst all of your light? And where is that piece of light that's amidst all of your darkness? And how can you be comfortable with all of it without changing a single thing? And then stare at it directly in the face so that you can face it head on, deal with it, and grow through it through love. And then communicate this authentically. Say that just as much as you know you're not perfect, you know that you are, regardless of your imperfections. I'm hearing the song Flawless by Tyler Jane, which I love. I think it's beautiful for morning affirmations or any time of the day affirmations. It's also perfect for like going through dark night of the soul, shadow work and stuff. It's I'm flawless, and by that I mean I'm perfectly flawed, yeah. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm not, yeah. And I think that's just like to a T. It's that energy. It's like you knowing that you're flawlessly flawed, or you're imperfectly perfect, but allowing yourself to identify the perfection in those imperfections. This is kind of giving very strong Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth vibes, okay? So maybe you've been very grounded. And you chose the Lotus feet card, which does indicate that you are very spiritual. Okay, you could be a tarot reader, an energy healer, maybe you're just very spiritual, you'd like to meditate, maybe you have a Qigong practice or a yoga practice, whatever this is. I can see that you're very spiritual, and you have a lot of love in your heart. You might want to look into the 5 stages of the heart, okay? I'm getting that your heart went from propelled to clean, to pure, okay? And we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. This is showing you that whenever you see lack, it's an opportunity for abundance. Or wherever there's lack, in the opposite area of life, there's abundance. So you're able to kind of temper your energy out in that way and find that balance. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 6 of Wands, unconditional love. Yes, your love is unconditional because you're tapped into divine unconditional love. Not because you need to prove that your love is unconditional. This reminds me of somebody who I honestly love very, very much. That was in my life a long time ago, and I love this person so very much. Like, platonically. This person was my best friend, and we really vibed spiritually, okay? But I loved this person so much unconditionally that this person was like, oh, well, if you love me unconditionally, then prove it and behave this way for me. Or prove it and put yourself last, put me first, prove it, help me through this when you don't have the energy. And so it kind of took me out of this loop of putting myself first and showing up for me. It was like an energetic redistribution. And this dark night of the soul, for you, is very much about focusing on yourself, putting yourself first and not feeling bad about it, not feeling egotistical nor humble for feeling confidence. Allowing yourself to be humbly confident and confidently humble, but not confident because you're humble, not loved because you give love. This is being able to, in giving we receive, but being able to give without receiving, and being able to receive without giving. It's breaking the if-then statement, which we love because we live in a dualistic realm, because things make sense this way. But when you release this Six of Cups, when you look back at the past and you look back at your childhood, there are going to be times in your life where you notice that you have been a victim of something. You'll notice that Six of Wands, you come out on top after something difficult, and sometimes it is merely the fact that you're learning a lesson. Sometimes it's carried over from a past life. Sometimes things happen to us that we don't deserve, that we didn't ask for, that we didn't put the energy out to receive this. However, our reality is created by our own mind, and we accrue karma over time, energetically, vibrationally. So when something happens that you did not put out that energy, or you did not ask for that, and you receive something other than that, it can affect what you give. Or when you give so much, or you tune what you give, it can affect what you receive. So it's breaking that link. That's what this dark night of the soul is about. It's understanding, accepting, and falling in love with duality, but at the same time, being able to detach from that altogether, and that's why you got the Lotus feet card. You might want to check out my my daily meditation. It's what I do every single morning. I posted it, I think, on my members channel, but it's gorgeous because it really helps you to, it's my daily practice, and part of it is you like ascend, blossom through your crown chakra, and you sit on the lotus on top of your head, and it's a really good astral projection journeying meditation. It's like a nice little like stopping point if you do astrally travel or you connect with other beings or things like that. And it's good for raising your vibration as well, connecting with your spirit team, yada yada yada. It's a nice 5th dimensional exercise to bring you out and back and have a nice baseline, like home base. With Lotus feet, this is saying that they're showing me the illusion of, or not the illusion, I guess yes and no, of you ascending to the point where your root chakra is tuned to the divine. It's tuned to the crown chakra. And of course, everyone has a home base hertz, a home base frequency, but the way I like to describe this, it's kind of like a guitar capo 7, because your root chakra is attuned to the Sahasrara, the crown, and so you can have them all tuned to that frequency, or you can have them all tuned at the same increment like a guitar, but capoed from the vibration of Sahasrara up 7. And that's the ability to extend your multidimensionality. But then when you come back into Earth and you put the nitty-gritty into it, and people come back around from your past situation, 6 of Cups, come back around from your past, 6 of Wands, you already know how to deal with this. You succeeded. You passed these with flying colors, and you understand that everything is relative, and that something good happening to you is not because it's not because of anything, and something bad happening to you is not because of anything. We cleanse our energy and we find our way to our purest, most authentic core, and it's enjoying the moment. That's why being present is so important. In a lot of ways, this dark night of the soul for you was releasing if, comma, then, releasing investment, releasing in a sense almost manifestation, and just drawing yourself so present. Now, I'm not saying manifestation is bad. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But it's a way to see what we can press the universe. If I send this out, am I going to get this back? You're not supposed to mesh and mold and form yourself to what you want. You're supposed to align vibrationally with what's meant for you. And by finding your most authentic self in the core, that automatically appears in front of you. And so it was kind of this differentiation, not wrong, but just a moderate little tweak. And there's this whole dark night of the soul, because then it asks you to question. If you tug on this, then it unravels this and that and this and that and this and that. And at the end of the day, you found your victory, and you knew that you were doing the right thing all along, for the right reasons all along. But there's still this question of, so now what? And you pulled 66, unconditional love, your daily routine, just move through love. That's all you were doing, that's all you're going to do. But detach it from your mental state, detach it from your emotions, detach it from what you think should be correct, because that is an imposition of your own individuality. And we're beautiful individuals for a reason, but when you're connected with the divine, connected with God, connected with source, connected with multidimensionality, it's so easy to come back into your body and feel void of your whole persona. And when you tap back into that, you almost feel like, well, this comes from a wound, that comes from a wound, that comes from this experience, this comes from this positive experience, this negative experience, all coming from duality, because we live in a dualistic realm, and that's beautiful. But your duality, it's now expanded past this, expanded through this, and that's gorgeous. You have the Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Princess of Wands. You're learning how to see truth in absolutely everything. There's a difference between one's truth and the truth. However, because we are all scattered, think of like a projector, okay? Say that God, source, light, divine, whatever, whoever it, okay, is like a projector. And every little particle of light, every little refracted particle of light that gets beamed out, each one is an individual little person. So it's important that you move through love and you follow your emotions, because your heart is a portal to everywhere that you are right now. Past, present, future, parallel lifetimes. Time happens simultaneously, so everything's happening on top of itself. So you can tap into other places that you resonate with, other places where your consciousness or bits and pieces that align with the same vibration are as you at any given moment. And whatever you believe, whatever fits your individual, beautiful, perfect little refraction, you're understanding that there is truth to everything. It depends on the perspective you're looking at. And so this dark night of the soul for you, it was very much about taking the next step spiritually. They're showing me the life of Pi, like getting on a raft, because you know that that raft is the only thing that's going to lead you to where you want to go. Even though you might be on the raft with the tiger, and you might not have others that resonate around you with your journey. Now in the life of Pi, he experiences so many beautiful, amazing things, and he can tell you every single detail of what happened, and he understands that faith is a room with many doors, but they all lead to the same room. And people will argue about which door to enter, or whether or not the story that he says is true, but at the end of the day, High Priestess, Nine of Cups, another Six of Pentacles, 7 and 10 of Cups. At the end of the day, you are who and what you are for a very particular reason. Now, you went through this dark night of the soul, where you, they're showing me like a shadow energy. This can be an evil eye, this can be somebody in your life, this can be just a darker energy, a shadow within yourself. They're showing me this shadow like going over your third eye, okay? And then you like kind of pushing it back out and putting the light back there. But of course, light doesn't exist without shadow, and shadow doesn't exist without light. So there's this almost question of, well, the High Priestess, divine feminine, magnetization, that's inherently dark. But beyond that, inherently is. And dark isn't bad, shadow isn't bad, okay? In Nine of Cups, this is saying that you trust yourself. You always trust yourself, and this is another thing you were learning, how to get back to trusting yourself. It's like, we have 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups, with the 6 of Pentacles here, equal giving and receiving, Anahata, heart chakra. There's an indication that it's like, everybody trusted you except for you, because you trusted yourself so much, and you let that one energy get in your head. They're showing me somebody who, I'm hearing secrets are no fun unless you tell everybody, and I'm also hearing imitation is the best form of flattery, which lets me know that there are people around you who were trying to harness your energy. Like, they're showing me like an energy swap, okay? This is a test that you went through, and this can be in any realm. In the physical realm, this can be somebody you know, somebody you don't know. This can be just consciously, unconsciously. This can be a shadow entity, whatever. Someone was trying to swap energies with you. And the reason for this is because your energetic sovereignty is so important, just like all of ours. No one's more important or better or anything than anyone else, but we are all uniquely different. And we're not meant to be anything or anyone else, or else we would be. Period. And same thing with past, present, future parallel lives. Everything is as it should be. Everyone has access and connectivity to those beings, those other versions of themselves, those timelines, those ideas, those books, those intuitive downloads, everything that they're supposed to. And there's this energy that you, to somebody else, to something else, your path seemed so perfect, it was almost demonic. And I say that ironically, because when we think about like Hecate or Lilith, or even just the archetype of the High Priestess, this is inherently shadow energy, but that's not a bad thing. And neither are you, neither is your individuality. Someone else said, well, if this person has such a big light, then they have to have such a big shadow. And for you, you learned how to tap into space, and you learned how to explain. That's why this was such a big deal for you. Because you learned how to explain that you can grow out of versions of yourself. You can shed versions of yourself. You can grow and evolve. You're supposed to change. You're supposed to grow. And you're supposed to share with others the way that you found God, the way that you found Source, divine light. Your path, your journey, your information, your knowledge, and your wisdom. It's so important, and it makes you you. And no amount of tarot cards in the world can take away from intuition. But no inner exploration can take away from learning from outside of yourself either. If you only focus on yin or you only focus on yang, you are missing out on your biggest, best, beautiful teacher. And this was getting lost in translation. You're explaining to somebody, well, the High Priestess is dark, so how are you going to be on an inner exploration and pretending to be something you're not? Whatever this is, if you are, how are you going to be acting dark? Or how are you going to be intuitively light? Because these two things, they can intertwine. This is the caduceus. It's even right here on the Six of Cups. It's the DNA strand. It's why we're able to do what we're able to do, pun intended. It's why we're able to exist multiple places at once. But this gets refracted and unfolded and broken down throughout quantum mechanics, throughout spirituality, throughout everything. You're able to transcend duality, unfold the universe, find event horizons, but they meet at a singularity. And it's beyond the veil, it's beyond the void. This dark night of the soul for you was all about seeing and trusting and believing in yourself and your path and your intuition and your guidance, and knowing that you were laying down bricks and another brick and another brick, and you were building a road or putting shingles on a house, however you want to see this analogy, but you were laying down brick after brick after brick. And there's somebody who's been watching you lay down your bricks, and they were pointing at you saying, well, that one has to be wrong, and that one has to be wrong, and that one has to be weird, and I don't get why you did that one. And you are like, you were challenged to stop and look back. Because when we look back at old versions of ourselves that you aren't in anymore because you shed, there are going to be energies around you that say, well, 10 of Cups and 7 of Cups, well, if this person is so happy, then they wouldn't be doing so much. If this person had so many options, then it doesn't make sense why they would be so happy. If this person, how is this person a jack of all trades? They must not be good at anything. When in reality, this was a projection of somebody else onto you. Insert that shadow over your pineal gland. Some of you may have been receiving psychic attacks. You could have literally had people doing spell work on you, and then you might speak the truth about this because you are just speaking your truth about what is true. And so then these people turn around and they go, oh, well, that's demonic. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, because they couldn't handle their own spiritual paranoia. And so you are being faced with this mirror reflection of yourself in this dark night of the soul. Queen of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Princess of Wands. You are learning that your heart is a portal. And your heart, just like everything else, it's actually neutral. It's neither feminine nor is it masculine. It's the connective energies between the two. And it's love. It's divine source love. It's, pun intended, the divine gateway, which is the two spinning chakras of the divine feminine and masculine, like a quasar. And when you tap into this heart-centered portal, this unconditional love, this true unconditional love, and you look at the source, and you look at everything that used to be there that you've already shed, and you look at everything that people are projecting onto you from a different chakra or not a pure heart, and there's nothing wrong with that, merely uncomfortable on your end, you're noticing that you're looking into a mirror. You're looking into a mirror of everything that you once were, or everything that you could have become but didn't, or everything that you already learned, and you're looking at people who hadn't yet learned those things, coming to you, not ready to face the truth. And this, in and of itself, had you question your own truth. And a lot of you might argue this, but you know not to. Because what you are experiencing is noticing that it's okay for you to experience bliss and happiness. It's okay for you to be healed. It's okay for that to be true, that to be your truth, that to continue to be your truth. And yes, life happens every single moment, every single day. When I pick up these cards, I have to put them back down. That is how karma works. But when I'm holding a bunch of cards from a bunch of past, parallel, future lives, and I reincarnate holding these cards, I'm going to have to put them down. And you put down all of your cards. And you're able to look at them and read them and see, this is what happened, this is where I'm at, this is what's going to happen. And you have that purity, that love, that divine, true connection that does not negate anybody or anyone else's anything. And that, in and of itself, brought that shadow to you. Because it said, well, if this is you, then can you look at the exact opposite of you? Can you look at a pot calling a kettle black? And just say, so mote it be. So mote it be. This is so gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful energy. They're showing me strength training your heart. Strength training the purity of your heart. Your heart has been clean, your heart has been pure, your heart has been a lighthouse, a beaming, guiding, beautiful light for many, in ways that you know of and in ways that you don't know as well. And even these energies that have been coming towards you, intimidated when you're comfortable with your own shadow, intimidated when you say, yeah, I used to be like that, but we don't know her anymore. Intimidated by noticing that when you used to be holding all these cards, and then you put them down, and your hands are empty, you're no longer holding the cards. And when you put your hands up, and they're pointing at you, and they're saying, look at all these cards that they're holding, you can genuinely, authentically say no. Except now, you can close your eyes, tap in with your body, tap in with God, with Source, with the divine universal light. You can tap in with who and what you are, and who and what you know, what you've learned in your knowledge, and what your soul knows, what you've gained through intuition, what you've gained through experience, wisdom. They're different. Knowledge and wisdom, they're different. But one cannot exist without the other. And because of this, not in this realm, and because of this, somebody's looking at you with wisdom, and they're saying, well, knowledge is wrong. Somebody's looking at you with knowledge, and they're saying, well, wisdom is wrong. Someone's looking at you with confidence, and they're saying, no, you should be humble. And someone's looking at you being humble, and they're saying, well, why aren't you confident? And the answer is because you can mirror somebody, but when you are such a big, shining, beautiful light, there's going to be shadows around you. If I were to spark a match right now, there would inherently be a shadow going all the way around it. And the bigger and bigger the light gets, and you're still at the core of that light, there will still be shadow. And the bigger the light is, the bigger the shadow will be around it. But the closer you are to the core, the less you're able to see where the shadow is. It's a projection, it's an illusion. But when you're comfortable in the dark, when you know where to find your light, when someone else takes your light and they just go, no, you don't get that, you say, yes, I do, because I am. Because I'm not this body, I am not this mind. If I choose to be light, I am light. If I choose to be shadow, I am shadow. If I choose to be neither, I am neither. If I choose to transcend beyond duality, I transcend beyond duality. And this opens up your heart space. Because this is neutrality. It's neither masculine nor feminine. It's neither light nor dark. There is light aspect to masculine, there is shadow aspect to masculine, there is light to feminine, and there is dark to feminine. One is inherently the other, but one does not negate the other. You're in this place of beautiful balance and neutrality, and part of balance is being thrown off balance. And so the universe allowed you to get thrown off balance because you were walking such a balanced path for such a beautiful long time. And this might sound like, well, what did you do to deserve it? And again, there's that beginning of this dark night, that separation of the two. Nothing. You didn't do anything to deserve it. Sometimes life just happens. They call this the chaos theory. It's an intrinsic, how do I say this? It's cause and effect, breaking that cause and effect. Now, chaos theory is an effect of the butterfly effect, which is, if I pick up these cards, then you are more likely to look at these cards than you are to look at me, or at least some of your attention went to these cards instead of where you were previously looking. That doesn't need to happen. That's not saying that's the rule of what's going to happen. It just increases the possibility for something else to happen. And sometimes it's a little bit chaotic because one of you, you're looking at my mouth. Another one of you were looking at my eyes. Someone else was trying to scroll in and see what cards I was holding. And that, in and of itself, is the chaos theory. Because if I'm creating a clear channel here, and you're holding a clear channel back, oh, I feel that. Hi. And then I pick up this. Well, this creates this going over here, and that going over here, and me going over this, and then this creates a knot. Okay? So there was some sort of knot, but you pulled on it, and it untangled all the thread. And as you were untangling all the thread, you had the opportunity to look at past, present, future you. In your body, outside of your body, in your soul, outside of your soul, and you're able to look at other people too. And you are experiencing in the middle of the knot, in the middle of chaos theory, but in the middle of the knot, you were able to press your way out. You're able to say, well, I see the end, so that means I have to grab it here and go under this thread and over this thread and under this thread. I'm getting a little convoluted with this analogy, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. This was, you've done such a good job for such a very long time, and your happiness was at the other side of this. In fact, you were already embodying that energy. And because of that, you can say the universe sent you a lesson, the universe sent you a test. You can say somebody sent you a psychic attack. You can say that you fell into your, your villain era, whatever it is. And all of them, yes. And all of them, no. Because it's going to be different for each and every one of you, the way that it manifests in your physical realm. But the thing is that your impulse, your creativity, your happiness was on the other side of this. So the things that are going to come up, they're going to be related to your impulse, your passion, your sexuality, your sensuality, your fire, your frustration, your anger, your innocence, your creativity, your dreams, where you go when you meditate, your subconscious mind. And these are the things that were being projected upon. But when you look at that projector, if the projector is God, source, light, and everyone is their own individual little refraction of said light, their own little particle light beam, and they all work together to make a beautiful little moving picture, which is the realm that we live in, woohoo! One particle cannot change gears and project onto another particle. So, when you're experiencing something trying, you just feel that, you feel it knock you off, or you feel it tapping in, or you feel it nudging in your energy, or maybe you have that buffer set already. Maybe you have that protection over your aura, and your spirit guide just goes, hey, just so you know, this is what's going on, okay? And this dark night of the soul was all about trusting that. It was all about trusting that. And when you trust this, and you speak your truth, and this is your lesson, everything around you is going to say, nope, 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 I'm just going to gaslight you. But guess what? They're throwing gas on a flame. And so what happens to your light? It expands. It expands. And so does the shadow around it. But that's not what we're focusing on right now. Because that's not where you are. That's not who you are. But you have access to both. And so someone, sure, they threw gas on a flame. But it was the violet flame. And it expanded. And in turn, this flipped over so many different stones. This created a ripple in you. It fed you energy. And you were able to use this to not only get out of this knot, but show others how to get out of this knot as well. It allowed you to see from a higher perspective, from a new perspective. It allowed you to reapproach old things that you love. It allowed you to have more clarity on things that you had once intercepted, on things you had once experienced, on why your impulses were what they were. It was getting back to your heart. It led you to your authentic you again. And it's almost this bittersweet, I'll say bittersweet symphony. Okay. And the reason it's bittersweet is because it's dualistic, just like you. It's transcended duality, just like you. So when someone in a negative sense throws gas on your flame, you're going to expand. You are more energized. There's more that you can go. And of course, insert chaos theory, because when there's a wildfire, it's a little bit harder to control a wildfire. But that's why we implement fire breaks in the beginning. And you've already made your fire breaks. Your spirit team already made your fire breaks. You've already been through this energy. But you went through this part during this time and this part during this time. You experienced this amount of energy, but in a different area of life. And you experienced just little bits and pieces of this culmination at different times, different places, different events, maybe different lifetimes, maybe just throughout this lifetime, maybe in different areas of life, whatever it is. But now you experience the full culmination of all of these energies, and they meet up in the center and they blossom. And someone threw a little bit of gas on the flame, so gorgeous, but you already had your fire breaks. And when you were trusting that intuitive nudge, and people around you were saying, you can't do that, you can't do that, you did. And this is where, when you were like, oh, I don't know if the fire breaks there, I don't know if the fire breaks there, your spirit team comes in and they say, don't worry, honey, it's here, it's here. In fact, we're going to set some fire breaks even inside the ones that you already made, just to make sure that you stay on the course. And you might be going a little bit back and forth, a little bit side to side, but you're still walking the same straight path. Have faith. And you did. And you had faith the entire time. You had faith in yourself. You had faith in what's beyond you. You had faith in duality, in the fact that shadow is just as beautiful as light is horrendous. And you will not, I don't say that lightly, but you also won't hear me saying that a lot because, you know, love and light. We love love and light. But in order to be able to handle a fire, you have to be able to pull out the big guns, you know what I mean? And that's what you were learning. It's like you already knew how to do this, but now you had an opportunity, a blessing, nay, to actually put this into motion. And it maybe felt, it maybe felt like you were walking through faith, not by sight. It maybe felt like bringing up old emotions. It maybe felt like your heart was magnetizing things, but what wanted to come to you didn't come from within you. It wasn't a match for what you were putting out. It wasn't a match for what you were. And that was tapping on you. That was saying, hey, can you identify when this is what's going on? Can you identify when it's chaos theory and not the pieces around you? They're showing me like a piece of the, like two puzzle pieces, okay? Like on, or two puzzle pieces in their place on a puzzle, okay? And one puzzle piece comes out and they go, well, I want to be this puzzle piece. And they kind of jam themselves, but there's not a space for them. They don't fit there. It doesn't make the right picture. It's just an attempt. It's just an attempt, okay? When every puzzle piece creates the picture it's supposed to create and fits the best and is its most beautiful and authentic self, when it's in its own energy, when it's in its own place, being itself authentically. And you've been being yourself authentically. And because of the attempts to project onto you, there was some sort of, feeling of old emotions coming up, feeling other people's emotions and knowing, well, that's not mine, but I don't want to feel that. Knowing other people's truths, well, that's not the truth, and I don't really want to engage in that. And then more spiritual enlightenment for you, which leads you to the ability to explain, understand, and feel at peace with what's going on. And look at these energies that were attempting to harm you, or sending you psychic attacks, or sending you the evil eye, or look at the shadow, whatever energy, and say, thank you, for without you there would be no light. And I'm just hearing someone go, boom, roasted. And it's not about being on top. It's not about anything. For you, this was you getting to put both feet in your power. And they're showing me like, and leveling up and hulking up, literally. But it wasn't out of anger or frustration or any of these projections that belonged to something else that you've already shed. Because the thing is, when everybody's walking around trying to be a magnet, okay, and you're shedding layers, the things that are around you are going to pick up things that you've already released. Energy moves a lot faster than the physical realm. And this isn't saying that you are putting off these energies. This is saying that you took these energies out of your being. You cleanse these energies out of your life. You created an auric barrier so that nothing like that can come towards you. You don't receive anything like that. It's not in yourself. You bloom, and then the leaves fall. You experience spring, summer, and then fall, and then winter, and spring, summer, fall, winter. You are in tune with your cycles. You understand what's going on. But people pick up these old, dry, crusty leaves, and they try to glue them onto your blossoming plant, and they go, see, this one's crusty. And you said, well, that used to belong to me, but I don't claim that. And even when it did belong to me, it didn't look like that. That wasn't me. That never was me. That never was you. Because it had been on the ground for so long, but it's able to provide sustenance for others. They're showing me a crow picking dead bits off of a palm tree and eating it, which is beautiful. Crows represent magic, and they represent healing. They also represent death. Some people see crows and they're like, oh my god, it's a bad omen. Some people see crows and they're like, that's such a good sign. And it's beautiful because just like the earth, when you shed something, the earth takes fertilizer, literal actual poop, and it falls into the earth, and it's able to transmute this energy and create life from it. And this is what you were doing. You were creating sustenance for other energies, creating enlightenment for other energies, creating a path for others to take, a medicine for others to understand, to ingest, for them to find their own energetic sovereignty, to find what kind of flower they're meant to bloom into, to find what kind of knowledge they're interested in learning about, and to see what kind of wisdom they can acquire. And all of it comes from Source. All of it. And it always did. So did you. And you know that. Walk by faith, not by sight. And it's almost gorgeous to see when somebody is in their highest vibrational energy, or when they're their best self, or when they've done so much work on themselves. There will be other people who see that it's possible because you're leading by example. But if they don't want to do what you've done, they will look at the path and they'll say, that's the wrong path, or I don't want to take that path, or seems kind of steep, or seems kind of long. Avalokitesvara just popped out. See the other person's side of you. Exactly. Because when you walk a path, when you lay down those bricks on the path, it's like you forged a path and you laid down the bricks. This energy tempted you to look back and ask you, do you regret walking that path? And the only thing you can really say is, one, is, and two, well, you can come see for yourself and see how you feel about it. Because how I feel about it, how I experience it, cannot, should not, and will not be what you see, what you feel about it. We have yes with Ganesh, remover of obstacles. I love Ganesh. Woo! What fell on the floor here? Mother, wife, sister, daughter, Lady Nada. Gorgeous. A beautiful, ascended, light body energy. A light being of femininity. Inherently dark. Would you look at that? Anytime someone looks at dark and they identify it as dark, they're shedding light onto it. And vice versa. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. This is definitely, and choose peace with my buddy, Paramahansa Yogananda. My soul. I would not be where I am in my spiritual journey without him. I'm feeling him be like, and you, and I'm like, Guruji, I love you. Sorry. You have Lady Nada. You have Paramahansa Yogananda. You have Lakshmi. And Pan with fertility. We have some Capricorns in the house. What did I say in the beginning? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. A little bit of Cancerian energy as well. You are experiencing the next great blossoming in your life. And as you come out of winter, there will be some leaves that didn't get raked up yet, but it's not your job to rake up your own leaves. The bees don't, or flowers don't go to bees. Bees go to flowers. And Earth doesn't, when a flower decomposes and sheds its leaves, it doesn't bury those leaves into the earth and make sure that the earth is getting them so that they can grow other things. It merely just has faith that the earth knows what it's meant to do, and that the cycle of cycling continues to cycle. It's the circle of life. Lion King can be significant for some of you. You're experiencing your next great blossom, and any obstacles that once were in your path came up. For you to say, I don't claim that. That doesn't belong to me. I don't belong to that. That has no place within me at all. It hasn't for a very long time, or it never did in the first place. And now you're experiencing prosperity. Do expect a lot more happiness to come your way. I'm hearing opportunities, opportunistic. You're looking around and you're seeing opportunity everywhere. You're seeing love everywhere. You're seeing bliss everywhere. You're seeing fertility everywhere. Side note, you might be extra fertile at this time, so take a look at your cycles, your menses. Take a look at the moon cycles, whether you're a man or a woman, obviously, or anything in between. Check out your personal cycles as well as the cycles of the earth, and see how your circadian rhythm is aligning with that. Just know that you might be extra fertile at this time, so take the necessary precautions, or know to take action if that's something that you're looking for. Where your attention goes, energy flows and grows, okay? So if you focus on cleaning your house a little bit more than usual, your house is going to be super duper clean. If you invest a little bit of money right now, where your attention goes, that's going to grow, okay? So and then again, if you're being sensual or sexual or anything like that, this is going to expand. Any seeds that you plant right now, it is springtime as I'm recording this, and in the season of your life, expect it to bloom, expect it to blossom, okay? So use with that information what you will. And this is gorgeous because it's like waking up after a long hibernation, but in the hibernation you had dreams. And in these dreams, some were lucid, some were not, some were astrally grounded, some were not. Some of these transits have been rough, some of them were beautiful and very easy for you. It's all about aligning with the cycles and aligning with your authentic self in the cycles, and knowing that you have a clear path, a clear channel now between who you are and where you came from. And anybody who can't see that path or haven't found it for themselves can look at you and say, no, you didn't find that path doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about, this person didn't really do that, whatever they want to, whatever it is that they experience as a blockage on their own path. But you don't have that. You no longer have that. You chose the Lotus feet card. Your feet are lotuses. Lotuses are Sahasrara. Lotuses are the crown chakra. Lotuses grow through the mud. Lotuses thrive in chaos. They thrive under pressure. They take mud and they transmute it, and they become literally the flower of rebirth and enlightenment. And they smell so good. I wear lotus oil all the time. I love it. I love it. Just, if you ever smell me and you're like, what is that? It's like a 99% chance it's lotus. I don't know why you would smell me, but some of you are psychic, clarifaction. Okay, I see you. Some of you might know me if you're watching my YouTube. Oh my god. Anyway, you have Make Your Own Path popping out. I'm going to pull some final messages for you about what to do now. What to do now. Tap into your feminine energy. Choose peace, flow, prosperity, not an accident, synchronicity. Things that are coming towards you right now, accept them with open arms. You've set your boundaries. You have established your energetic buffer. Okay, so energies that I'm hearing, you set a buffer and you set a filter, okay, on your energy. So know that your spirit team has your back, and that things that are coming towards you right now are not a synchronicity, or not an accident, they're a synchronicity. You might be seeing extra synchronicities, take them to heart. You might be seeing new synchronicities, take them to heart. And I'm noticing that this went from green with like majorly green with a hint of blue to a hint of green and a lot of blue, which is letting me know that you are finally being able to speak up about your experience, speak up about what you feel, speak up about what is in your heart, and you're finally able to not just be your authentic self by example, which is beautiful, and keep doing that, but you're also able to be your authentic self like verbally and expressively. You might be getting more creative right now. You might be doing more art. You might be writing more. You might be speaking up more or posting on social media more. You might be maybe you're an introvert. You might be surprised to find yourself in an extrovert kind of vibe. Fully integrated. I love this card. When I created this deck, my intention behind this card, or what I channeled, was integrating source with your higher self with every piece of your energy from different timelines, your inner child and your current in this day, in your body, in your age, that date with the transits, persona, and integrating them all together and cleansing out anything that is not the purest version of all of those things culminated. We only have so much space in our vessel for so many molecules, okay? Stoichiometry, I love to reference stoichiometry when I'm talking about energy work because it makes so much sense. If you have really dense particles in a space, you will still fill up the same amount of space, but there will only be so many particles. Whereas if you choose a lighter, fluffier, denser, higher vibrational, like, I guess, gas, air, space, vata, energy, you'll be able to have more of this energy within this vessel. So as you clear out the denser ones, the denser molecules, the denser energies, you have more space within your vessel for better, pure, lighter energies and more of them. So with this, it's like you're fully integrated with the best parts of your inner child, the healed, happy parts of your inner child, and the healed, happy parts of your past lives or past, present, future parallel lives, however it resonates with for you, and of yourself now, of your character, of your higher self, of Source, God, and your clear channel between where you came from and where you're going in every way, in this body, outside of this body, from source to individual. You're integrated fully. It's gorgeous, beautiful to see. You have change of perspective. You are changing a lot of people's minds about a lot of things. And it's not because this wasn't your intention to do so. Maybe it is, but I'm kidding most of you. It's just you're living your best life. You're being yourself authentically, and you're showing other people that it's okay to be authentic. It's okay to have a past. I mean, I'm not perfect, like, but I am. Right? Same with you. It's like knowing that you're flawless, and by that I mean you're perfectly flawed. Yeah, literally, exactly. And Akashic Records, material matters. You're about to experience a lot of material abundance. Oh yeah. Oh, now I'm seeing it in your spread. Look at this. Flow of prosperity with Lakshmi. Someone's about to look pretty and have a lot of money. Fertility with Pan. Gorgeous. A lot of feminine energy. You're attracting a lot of prosperity because you choose peace, because you chose peace every time, because there's a redistribution of energies, of material wealth, there's a redistribution of energies happening right now in the realm at large when I'm recording this and at the time you're watching this, because synchronicities, it's not an accident, synchronicity. There's a redistribution, and this redistribution is in your favor because you choose peace, because you choose love, because you're authentic. And that is breaking the cycle of if this, then this. It's breaking the cycle of being a victim of something because some particle of you wanted it or deserved it or believed something like this. You used to be holding all of these cards, and there are several different interpretations for any card in the deck, okay? And you were holding all these cards, trying to figure out what they mean, until one day you just looked at your hands and put them down. And you chose peace, you chose love, you chose God, you chose Source, you chose bliss, Ananda, Yogananda. I'm sorry, I love him so much. If you followed me for a while, you know that's not news. I literally have, like, got my boys. I got Swami Sri Yukteswar, Yogananda Paramahansa. I got Krishna. I got JC, Jesus. Got Mahavatar Babaji. I got Lahiri Mahasaya. And I work with them every single day. They're my loves. But it's their individual refractions of light that are so beautiful, that are so gorgeous. And these aren't the only, like, beings that I love. I love you, and I love me, and I love this card, and I love this rock, and I love my dog who's sleeping on my bed. Like, and it's the same way for you. And that was your dark night of the soul. It was all about knowing that, no, it wasn't an accident. Yes, it was a synchronicity. Sometimes you look at something that is the opposite of you, or is not you, and no matter how much something tries to impose itself into your energy, that doesn't mean you have to absorb it. It doesn't. And now, because you've set that buffer, and you've set that filter, and you are sovereign, there's going to be abundance, there's going to be blessings, there's going to be positive, happy feelings, people looking at you speaking truth and saying, ah, I identified the truth. People looking at you, raising your vibration and saying, you can do that. Also, there are a lot of feminine energies on this table, and there are a lot of breasts on this table, on this tarot deck. So your heart center is opening. It's refracting its light into more light. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's perfect, it's amazing. It's you. It's you. And that's what's beautiful about you, is the fact that you're you. Inside and out. And this dark night of the soul kind of like tried to smack you down, but it can't. If you're like if you're a beam of light amongst other beams of light and someone knocks you down, you're still going to fall amongst beams of light. And the other beams of light, they're going to push you back right up to your little spot. Every puzzle piece that gets every puzzle piece that gets taken out of its spot still has that spot. It's still that puzzle piece's spot. But an external force coming and taking it out of its spot might give it a different perspective, might allow it to see what's happening, but it doesn't negate the fact that it has a spot, a perfect spot. No other puzzle piece can take that spot. It doesn't belong in any other puzzle piece's spot. Imitation is a form of flattery, but you're no longer only leading by example. You're able to speak from your heart, speak from your truth. It's like this whole channel between your heart and your throat is just beaming. I'm seeing like golden light. Oh my goodness. So that is your Dark Night of the Soul reading, group number 3. I'm hearing that's not it, so there's one more, or that's not all, okay? Okay. You are learning. Now, we know this just because people say it, but your eyes are the window to your soul. And so, look again at what color your eyes are. Look at who is looking at you. Look into the eyes of people that you come across. Look into the eyes of Lady Nada on this card. Look into the eyes of Pan. Look into your own eyes in the mirror. I'm hearing kind eyes. Give yourself kind eyes in the mirror. Give everyone kind eyes. You're able to identify the molecules within a specific vessel by looking through their eyes. So, venerate yourself by doing that. Venerate those that you look up to and see what's there. Venerate those that maybe you're unsure of or don't always have your best interests at heart, or you haven't surpassed them in a while. There will be a lot more information just through the eyes than you think there are. Also, some of you might be noticing that there's a change or an improvement in your eyes or your eyesight. Some of you might also be just experiencing prosperity. Your sight is highlighted at this time. This can be your clairvoyance sight. This can be your spiritual sight, your sight through your heart. This can be, just your spiritual sight. It's like instead of having two eyes of duality, you now have one, all three put together. And this has expanded until the eyes of your heart and the eyes of your pineal have connected. And so it's like you speak this truth combined. And you have faith, and it brings you prosperity. Congratulations on your clear channel, group number 3. So, they're saying now that's it. So this was your Dark Night of the Soul reading. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And I wish you peace and happiness and bliss and healing and all of the beautiful vibrations in the world. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. This group specifically, I feel like you may be interested in my book, A Comprehensive Guide to Astrology. It talks about several different healing modalities across different cultures and time periods, and frames them all from an astrological perspective. So you can look at the transits, you can look at your chart, you can look at Ayurveda or Chinese medicine or sound healing, and kind of use the framework of astrology in order to place other things on top of it. So it'll kind of help you to I don't know, learn something new from an astrological perspective. I just felt called to mention that to you guys. The link is below in the description box. Yeah, not trying to sell, just trying to help. Anyway, I'm so grateful that you're here. If this did help, like, comment, and subscribe. That one I'm tossing in because that helps me a lot. And I'm so grateful for you guys being here. As always, I love you with my whole entire heart, and thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Hi there, group number 4. Namaste. And thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are taking a look at your dark night of the soul. Okay, this can be one that you've recently closed, one that you're currently in, or one that you are about to approach. Have no fear with your dark night of the soul. I'm getting very strongly that this is part of what this dark night encompasses or embodies for you. You chose the 4th group, which is Crystal Light, and this is absolutely beautiful. Crystal Light transcends mortal physical illusion. Crystal Light is multidimensional, meaning that it embodies, incorporates, and enhances both the light and the dark in order to transcend through and beyond the veil. There's a book that I love. It's very close to my heart, as it is one of the first books that I read that allowed me to begin my journeying meditation journey. It's called Easy Journey to Other Planets. Right? Here is that book. I read this when I was still in high school. This was gifted to me by a fully realized Kriya yogi before I knew what any of this was. Now, this does have to do with multidimensionality, interplanetary travel, as well as seeing beyond the illusion of light, dark, good, bad, transcending duality at its finest. The reason why this is coming up for your dark night of the soul is because you are identifying that with Crystal Light here, there is as much pleasure as there is non-pleasure. There is a difference between what is good and what is right versus what is nice or what is pleasurable. With Crystal Light, this indicates that you are tapping into your multidimensional being. And this can come with a lot of pushback sometimes from other people in your 3D life, because you will identify that there are places that you can travel, things that you can experience, things that you can see that are only known through pure intention, pure heart, pure attainment of true self and experience of this. There are some things that cannot be communicated, they must only be experienced. And through this, you are opening your heart up to others in a way that allows you to communicate what you can in order, yes, to seed the light, but in order to, I'm hearing, recognize and fully embody the relativity of your body, of your life. As we know, the body is the smallest part of our being, and the body is within the soul. The soul is not within the body. So, for you to be approaching this dark night of the soul, it must in some way be neutral or enjoyable. Not pleasurable, but good. And the reason for this is because with Crystal Light, this is past the expansion of duality. Excuse me, the doggies are... So, you chose Crystal Light, group number 4, and what is this? This is when you tap into darkness, or you tap into space. I say darkness lightly because this is the true point of singularity, where there is neither light nor dark. This is when you tap into your clairvoyancy, or when you close your eyes and you see darkness, but it's not just that. You notice little specks. You will see what looks like perhaps static on a TV screen. an old TV screen. And through this, when you tune in, you will see crystalline existence. And that is unfolding the singularity in the center of neutrality. In that singularity between, there's the light, the event horizon, the dark, the event horizon, and that singularity, which is the point where we all walk. And we look around and we see that there are shapes and sizes and colors and everything beautiful all around us all the time. And that is also our inherent nature. That is the realm in which our authentic, truest self comes from, exudes, lives in, comes through. And with crystal light, this indicates that this dark night of the soul for you can be an opportunity for you to see negativity, or see something dark as an opportunity, or see something through what one might commonly misinterpret, or what everybody understands to be one thing. You're able to see through it and understand it as the other. You might be opening up clear abilities through this dark night of the soul. For many of you, you might be feeling the need for more rest, because you're starting to understand and expand your being. And through this, you will need to rest in order to receive downloads. You'll need to put your body down a little bit so that your soul can expand. And when you tap back into your body as your energy levels start to increase and you awaken this realization, the physical sensations and symptoms that can come along with this will include need for more sleep, but you will also need to exercise, stretch, and strengthen your physical vessel a little bit more so that you can actually withhold this new vibration within your body. Because not only do you raise the vibration of your, raise and expand the vibration of your soul, of your higher self, of your self in general, but as this comes back down into your body, and down is a relative term, of course, as this comes through your physical body, yes, you exude more of this light, this crystal light. Yes, you exude more multidimensionality, more parts, facets of you, of your individual self. Things from your inner child will come to the surface. Things from your higher self, your past lives will come to the surface as you tune into this higher self, this source light, but also this equanimity in the center. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful energy. So you might be feeling, through this dark night of the soul, you may be feeling more of a physical sensation, but this is meant to alert you that more is going on behind the scenes. Regardless of your awareness of what's going on, there is more than meets the eye. There's more than what is on the surface. You're opening up the ability to see beyond the veil. And if you can physically see the veil, you can physically see beyond the veil and experience the antithesis of what you see. For example, if you are looking from, say you're over here, and the other side of the veil is right here. The veil is a singularity point. You're able to see the veil, and through it, you can also see what it's like on the other side of the veil, and through it. So you are experiencing this divine polarization and tapping into crystal light. You might be tapping into your crystalline blueprint, and you might be awakening to, for example, if you resonate with being a starseed, or a light worker, grid worker, or some sort of just multi-dimensional being, you will recognize the other parts of you, the other places where there are parts of you, have been, will be, currently are. And as this happens, you will learn more about yourself. You'll learn more about not just the nature of the universe, but the different particles. When you see the veil and you tap into it, this dark night of the soul is showing you that when you look at the veil and you see all these different colors, you go, oh, that one is red. And then you kind of zoom into it a little bit. And as you approach this, you will see an entire universe, an entire realm within this. And you're able to zoom back in and come back out. And this, in some ways, is journeying meditation. That's also why I felt called to show you this book, Easy Journey to Other Planets. I'm hearing the Pleiades are with you strongly at this time. Okay, so they can be a very nice cornerstone for you if you're at first tapping into this, or if you need a baseline fifth dimensional vibration. Okay, this can be phenomenal and very beautiful place for you to land or use as like a home base. Okay, our bodies are in the third dimension. Our mind experiences the fourth dimension. This is the dimension of time, space. Okay, so this is our perception of time and space. Again, perception. And then of course our our higher selves, as we come to know them in the spiritual community, experience the fifth dimension. However, our true self can experience way further than this. Just like Arcturians plant in the seventh dimension, but they have access to expand through the ninth. And because they have access to the seventh, they can then send down into the fifth. So people who are tapped into the fifth can then ground this into the third. And there are energies such as the Pleiades who are grounded in the fifth, and they have access up to the seventh and back down into the fifth. So then they are back down into the third. So there are energies like this that are able to, you might want to look into the Kabbalism, okay? There are energies like this where you're able to tap into, expand over here and bring it back to center, expand over here and bring it back to center. And this is something that you are learning how to do through your dark night. But as you expand, it's a little bit less one over here and one over there, and it's a little bit more all-encompassing. Okay, this is the true portal of your entire vessel coming into play. Okay, and you'll be able to understand that not only do we access the third dimension, but because our bodies are here, we can also access the first dimension. Not only can we access the fifth dimension, but we can experience the 12th dimension and beyond. Okay, everywhere that you look, there is something more. You have the Empress and the Five of Swords. You also have at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands and Six of Pentacles. And that will be what you're learning. You are learning that everything comes back full circle. You can learn one modality and come back to center. You can learn another modality and come back to center. You can overlay them, and wherever there's differences are merely because the connective points have not yet been connected yet. Exactly. But this dark night of the soul for you, I'm getting that this is showing up a lot through your physical, a lot through your body, and a lot through your expression of self. Okay, there can be things that you feel must be experienced as opposed to said. And so this might feel this might cause you to feel misunderstood. This might feel you. I keep saying this might feel you. This might feel you. You feel as though you are almost, they're showing me a pawn in chess, okay? Nine of Wands. Okay, now we're getting into it. With the Three of Pentacles and one more, King of Pentacles. Gorgeous. You are understanding that you are merely, if even, the pinky finger on the hand of the body of the universe. Gorgeous, beautiful. At the same time, you are aware that you are the Empress, the mother of the universe, crystal light. You are tapping into your crystalline blueprint, which means that you have full access to the Akashic Records at this point, or this is what you're tapping into. And as you expand this will unfold a lot of things that you've learned. Okay, this will allow you to understand why you learn certain things at certain times, why you solidified into certain belief systems, why they were comfortable for you to ground yourself there as opposed to other places. And with Five of Swords and Nine of Wands, this indicates that this might lead a bit of lack of faith or trust or anxiety when it comes to the physical realm. Now, this dark night of the soul is all about tapping this multidimensionality into Earth. You might be a seeder of light, a seeder of energies, an energy channeler, or something that involves you physically drawing higher vibrational energy into the realm. However this is that you do this, okay? This dark night of the soul for you is largely about allowing yourself to have faith that everything is exactly where it should be. Not just that everything happens the way that it should, but that everything is placed where it should be. Okay, knowing with Three of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, you are not alone on this journey. You're not the only one that has experienced these things. And what you are meant to do, you're not the only one doing it. They're showing me a crystal grid, a spider web. Those who are, I'm hearing 144. I'm hearing 222. I'm hearing 444. Okay, 1414. 933. Okay, so those of you who, wherever you're at, you're not the only one at that vibration. Okay, there are several others, not just on the earth, but within existence, within the universe. And of course, we all unfold into one another. We know this. However, through this embodiment of crystal light, this gives you more ability to healing modalities. This gives you more information about the universe. This gives you more tactical knowledge about things such as Atlantis and Mintaka and the Pleiades and Arcturus and sacred geometry and quantum mechanics. This is once something unfolds, you see every single petal that was how do I explain this? Once something unfolds, you're able to see all of the petals and you're able to see it from the top, from a bird's eye view. However, when you tap into this, you feel a little bit like your body is tired. You feel like, how do you express this? You feel Nine of Wands, a little bit guarded. Well, what do I do with this? Do I just walk around in the physical realm, earthly realm, just knowing this stuff? Three of Pentacles? No. Yes, but no, because this isn't for you to carry alone. This isn't a burden to carry, nor is it a burden to carry alone. Okay, this Dark Night of the Soul is allowing you to unfold abundance, because abundance is not what you seek. This is allowing you to become magnetic because you embrace the void. This is allowing you to create whatever you want because you embrace the light, because you have unfolded the void and the light, and you have experienced the polarity of everything to a point where you're able to unfold and see through this, because you are able to see not only the veil, not only through the veil, but from beyond the veil's perspective into this universe. Now, a lot of this Dark Night of the Soul has to do with speaking your mind and finding a lot of things coming full circle. You'll notice a lot of things coming full circle in your life right now. This can be people returning. This can be understanding why something happened. This can be going back to old hobbies, rereading old books. Okay, whatever this is, you're noticing a lot of things in your physical life and your physical vessel coming back around. I'm hearing it started with the shit. Now it's going to be the positive stuff. I'm sorry that I said that word. You're understanding that what goes up must come down. Okay, so you first experienced like a bouncy ball getting shot to the ground, and that was lower vibrational energy that you've transmuted. So you saw it once again come full circle, hitting the ground, and it's going back up. That is due to you, due to your expansion, due to your perception. You are also noticing now you're getting to see things that go up, except now you have the opportunity to catch them on the way down. They're showing me when somebody catches a ball, and it kind of softens the blow. Instead of catching it like this, you draw your hand down as you catch it. Okay, it makes it easier to catch, and it's more sustainable for your body. It's more ergonomic. Okay, so you're understanding why your journey is ergonomic in a spiritual sense and in a physical sense. Okay, also, you're going to need to pay more attention to your body, your physical posture, as your energy expands. This can do one of two things to your body. Okay, this can weaken your body, or this can strengthen your body. It depends on the approach that you take. When you need rest, you need to rest your body. That is your body telling you what it needs. However, you're also aware that you do not need this because you're able to tap into further and larger than this. Okay, this is duality at its finest. This is tend to your vessel, tend to your karmas as they pass along through higher knowing, not just autopilot or what you believe you think you need to do or know. This Dark Night of the Soul for you is understanding that your body is your Dark Night of the Soul. Your existence walking around here is your Dark Night of the Soul. The physical pleasures of this life is your Dark Night of the Soul. You removing yourself from this, pulling yourself out of this on a very higher vibrational level is allowing you to blossom, and then see the blossom that was after that and the blossom that was after that. They're showing me like literally chlorophyll. When you zoom in chlorophyll, it looks like crystallite. It's crystalline, just like you. I'm going to pull some more cards because there is more that wants to come out here for sure. Alright. Queen of Wands and Two of Wands. Okay. There's a question here of what comes next. And because you're feeling a little bit either drained or tired, or your physical body is experiencing these symptoms, symptoms of this expansion, okay, sorry, there's a specific message. You feel like you are being pressed down, but you are not being pressed down. You're being asked to stretch, okay? Take that literally, but also understand this on a higher vibrational level, okay? Your vessel is expanding, so as your vibration expands, your posture will need to get better because you will need to be taller because there's more of you to embody. Okay, communication is coming through, wish fulfillment is coming through. Your manifestations are about to be coming through, but it's at this point you are a bit detached towards them. So you might be feeling a little bit of I'm hearing melancholy and then bittersweet a little bit because you are almost Hanged Man, King of Cups. Good is bad, bad is good, everything is Tao Te Ching in a nutshell, right? This balance, this polarity, this access to crystalline blueprint, this is almost a physical embodiment or manifestation of, I want to say the Akashic Records, but that is a little bit more fifth 5th through 7th dimensional and a little less beyond the 12th dimension, okay? You're going to be noticing old friends coming through. You're going to be noticing old hobbies coming through. You're going to be noticing why you once had aversions to certain things and why you once were drawn towards other things. They're showing me a firework going off, okay? This dark night of the soul for you is very much about listening to what's within you and nothing else. It's very much about understanding that any information that is gained from outside of you it can be helpful. It can be helpful, but unless you understand the experience, have walked through it, or allow yourself to, in a sense, remote view the experience, such as seeing from the other side of the veil into us, there's this transparency. It's like you were once seeing things translucently, now you're seeing them transparently. As the universe continues to unfold infinitely and exponentially upon itself, so are you. So are you. Except you are now awakened to this, you're aware of this, and you're kind of along for the ride. So your physical vessel, when you draw yourself back to center, when you reground yourself, you are seeding a very important vibration into the earth, and you are not alone in doing this. However, you might notice that it's, if you are not staying on top of your physical practice or your physical vessel, or setting the not correct intentions, but setting intentions for your body to serve its purpose, mindfully and from a detached perspective, you might notice that it's a bit easier to float away from your body. You might notice that you were like, oh, should I just shed my body? Or you might notice that, for some of you, you might notice that you get little cramps or constrictions in certain areas. You might find that you need to stretch and strengthen. When you stretch something, you need to strengthen it to maintain and hold and utilize that flexibility. When you strengthen something, your muscles will contract unless you stretch it out to maintain that strength. That's exactly what's going on here. This dark night of the soul that you're experiencing right now in your body, this is letting you know that there's something that you have wanted for a very long time coming towards you. However, you are now detached from it. This is positive because as you stretch, this is strengthened. This is a force to be reckoned with. This can no longer be tampered with or touched or in any way, shape, or form. I'm seeing 88. This definitely has to do with abundance and any area of life for you. They're showing me the root and sacral chakras. Okay, so, and the first card that came out was the Hierophant. This has a lot to do with speaking what's in your heart, speaking the truths, not just speaking your truth, but speaking the truth. You may also have messages in group number 3. One thing that's coming out here is your ability to approach and speak through duality and also transcend this and communicate this. It's almost leaving, I'm hearing being left hanging. Okay, there's a hangman, and on the Empress there's like a little, it's a Hebrew letter, but I don't know which one it is, and it is Korean. It's the shape for the G sound, like the G sound, okay? So it's letting me know that something is being left hanging, okay? And people see that you see something, or they see that you see the full picture, but it's only something that can really be explained through experience. And you can explain your experience, you can walk people towards their own experience, but unless you are, I'm hearing walk-in, like literally experiencing a walk-in or a reincarnation or something like this, insert past, present, future, parallel lifetimes, but no, because everything is everything all at once. Time happens on top of itself. It's also time and space are an illusion of the 4th dimension. This dark night of the soul, this is, you cracked open. You've cracked open. Those around you, you're kind of, when you ground yourself, you look at those around you and you're like, oh, you're so close, or, but that's not true, or, but why can't you see this spiritual connection, for example? However this is going to manifest. This is going to draw you towards, oh, okay, that last one. Let's draw attention to that last one. When you recognize somebody that you've known before and they don't recognize you back, or when you see somebody walking a path that looks like yours but doesn't have the center that's genuine, okay? Whatever this is, when you're experiencing these energies, this is your detachment from that's coming up, okay? Also, relax your psoas muscle. Spend some time in corpse pose. When you sleep, lay on your back. This is the only position, laying on your back flat with your legs straight out. This is the only position that relaxes your psoas muscle. This muscle is always very tight, usually very tight. And it's the muscle that actually holds your soul's blueprint in it. So as you're tapping into your crystalline DNA, your crystalline blueprint, your crystal light, okay, you're going to be feeling a lot of relaxation, and it'll be easier for you to process things, mind, body, spirit, if you're laying on your back. okay? This is why Savasana is very important at the end of yoga asana practice, because it allows you to not only settle into the vibrations that you have processed or attained or whatever this is, anything that you have worked through during that practice, it allows it to settle into your being and then release anything that is connected to the soul that you've worked through in this physical vessel, okay? I just heard ding 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 outside of my door, someone's little bike, okay? I'm gonna pull these next two cards so that we have an even spread. Seven of Pentacles and the Sun, yeah. Okay, you have completed something. You've completed a task, you've completed a soul contract, you've completed your work, your journey, your an ascension or something like this. And this dark night of the soul is looking around and seeing the void and going, well, yeah, I knew that was there. And then waiting, like almost looking to see, looking outside of yourself to see something that only exists within yourself. And this is even other people. This is other spiritual beings. This can be other starseeds. This can be other people who have studied what you've studied, who are interested in what you're interested in, however this is manifesting in your physical life. This dark night of the soul is being super comfortable being by yourself, but also waiting for that not to be the case. But that is not the case, and you will tactically know this. You spiritually know this. You have learned Saturn's lessons. Saturn and Capricorn are coming out a lot, okay? With the Sun, okay, which is 19, which is 10, which is Aries to Sagittarius, culminating in Capricorn, which is the card of Leo, self-confidence, which is twice abundance, Taurus, twice Leo is Capricorn, abundance, Taurus, okay? So as you are, here we go, as you are unlocking the true self, as you are embodying your inner child, as you are tapping into your full crystalline blueprint, your full crystalline DNA, this dark night of the self has to do with focusing your attention where attention needs to be. Knowing that and then doing that. Taking action when action needs to be taken. Not because you are releasing karma, not because you are trying to gain anything or prove anything or even become or be anything, but merely because this is about maintenance. This is about maintenance of your vessel, expanding and holding on to where you're at spiritually. This is about maintenance spiritually, about where your vessel is at. Maybe you do a ton of yoga asana, but you feel that your spirit is not there. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you do a lot of meditation and you feel like your body is not there, okay? Whatever facet that this duality is coming into balance, you're experiencing a balance of two energies. One was constricted so the other could expand, but they need to become balanced, okay? So, which means that you are feeling the physical pain in your body of constriction while in other spiritual sense you are expanding. But allow these things to come into balance, and when you feel there needs to be maintenance, when you feel you need to stretch or you feel you need to restrict yourself on something, like a physical pleasure or take a fast or even not speak for a few days because your throat chakra is coming out very strongly in this reading, listen to your source, listen to your core, listen to yourself, because this is going to be the thing that continues to lead you through your journey. And that's not all, folks. I'm here to tell you that's not all. This is not the end of your spiritual journey. This is barely even the beginning of it, okay? There is definitely an opportunity here for you to expand further. But yes, you have completed a large chapter. You completing this chapter and maintaining your vessel, maintaining your body in your incarnation, you were always meant to reach this particular point. In fact, I'm getting that you've reached it before in your lifetime, either in glimpses or for a day, a week, a month, a year, something like this. But it wasn't necessarily your baseline, your permanent state of being. You are now where you were able to access once. This is now like where your feet are. This is your foundation. Seven of Pentacles. And the Sun, this is about to expand even further. But in order to do this, you must allow yourself to experience the summer after the spring, after this blossoming, the sun cracking. And during the summer, we do what? We play, we enjoy ourselves. Summer is very much known for enjoyment, for activation, but it's also known for indulging in physical pleasures of the body. And this is something that you are being called likely not to do right now, or you might be feeling physically like this is what you want to do, but spiritually or emotionally like this is not quite hitting the nail on the head. This is because you are meant to sustain right now and you are very much aware of the cycles of life. Okay, with this crystal light, as you expand through here, it's like you are shedding both the summer and the winter. So you're in a perpetual fall and spring. Okay, you are bringing energies into balance. You're bringing energies into balance. This dark night of the soul for you is all about allowing yourself to come into connection with yourself and help the other yous that you come across to come into that connection with yourself, knowing that they are also you, but also are not you. What I mean by this is that we are all reflections of one another. We all have the same source. We are all different fractals of the same source. However, when you're tapped into your crystal light, this can be a little bit of a different manifestation. This is a little bit less of a common manifestation, but this wouldn't be coming up in a public reading if this wasn't where the collective was at least a wave of the collective. So this is important. This is beautiful. So you're not alone in this. This crystal light, you likely are remembering gifts of the universe, things that the universe in and of itself can do that have unfolded into you in different times in your life, in different lifetimes, in different beings even that resonate with you. You are starting to understand that anything, well, not starting to understand, you understand that anything the universe can do, so can you. Inside or outside your vessel. And so there's almost this this eagerness to learn, but also this need to just settle into where you're at. Okay, this is creating a little bit of friction, and your physical body is experiencing this. The reason this is coming up as a dark night of the soul, which I think is kind of sweet, because it's neither good nor bad, it is crystalline. Crystalline exists within space, and space exists, they say the vacuum of space, but that is only from our perspective, from our singularity. We can see the event horizon and understand that we're in a vacuum, but when you crack this open, you understand that everything is always spinning. Everything that's circular is really a spiral. Anything that's linear is really a circle. Anything that's a vacuum has to have an exit somewhere. What goes up must come down. Because of this, you're understanding that beyond the space element, it merely is. When you tap into these particles of space, you have access to literally everything all the time. And there's an indication here that you hold onto truths that set your soul free, but you cannot merely say to others. You cannot merely just show to others. You might be able to tap somebody's third eye and show them something. You might be able to project an image into somebody else's third eye, but unless it resonates with their vibration, or they're able to have a clear channel in order to accept what their experience is, allowing them to have rational, verbal, emotional, miscellaneous faith understanding of what that experience is, they're not going to be able to fully encompass that energy. Okay, so there's this energy here of so then what do you communicate? So then what do you portray? Because if you understand what is not, if you understand what is understood external to you, then what does that make you? Walking embodiment of truth. This is leading by example. This is speaking with your mouth closed. This is teaching by example. This is there's another message in here before I get to your Ascended Masters Oracle. Yeah, you're closing out. Okay, you're closing out a chapter, and your subconscious mind and conscious mind have full access to each other. There is no differentiation here. There is no friction between the two. This, in fact, the friction that would be in between, this is when you crack open and you see that veil. That is the veil between the conscious and unconscious, the conscious and subconscious minds. You're seeing this veil. You tune in, you separate that space. Once they mesh together and you merge them together to polarize them, and then you pull them back apart, but they're in the same neutralized energy. So one is not the other, one is neither the other, but the more that you spread them thin, the more that you can see through what is there. And this is where you're at, okay? Your dreams are probably very conscious. You might be lucid dreaming, or you could just be having a lot of other people dream about you and letting you know, and you're like, yeah, it is what it is. Because you're at this point where, yes, removal of obstacles, Ganesh. I didn't even look at that card. Because you're at this place where you are very, I say powerful, lightly, a gentle giant like an elephant, who is infamously Ganesh, who sometimes embodies feminine but is mostly masculine, whereas the elephant itself is an embodiment of the maternal feminine energy. Okay, a very long nose, such as Pinocchio, but not one that lies. The duality. You are understanding here that you are, in fact, a teacher. Okay, you might be teaching manifestation, or you might be helping people to understand spiritual gifts, soul gifts, okay, or understand. You're helping people to understand something. Wherever you're at, you're helping people understand what is next on their journey in order to get to where they're meant to be from the perspective of where you're at. Because you know that if you have access to an unfolding of something and you see somebody trying to unfold something folded hot dog style, but you're over here doing origami, okay, you're able to show them how to do this. But that is not your purpose. Don't forget, you are a co-creator. However, yoga and father, husband, brother, son, you're feeling encouraged to take action. And you're feeling encouraged to take action towards the light, towards full embodiment, towards others. You're feeling called to take action towards leading by example, towards teaching others, towards perhaps yoga, physical exercise, or studying scriptures. We have Mahavatar Babaji, who just, if you don't know who Mahavatar Babaji is, please look into him. If you do, you understand. Okay? There's an expansion that is happening here in your masculine energy. And this is very significant because it's allowing you through this dark night of the soul, feminine download. It's been neutralized. There's no differentiation. It's merely flowing down your masculine chakras. You are feeling that you are your solar plexus. You're feeling that you are. You're feeling that you can. Your sacral chakra. You're feeling that, again, you are. Your root chakra. We have your root is, because your faith is, and your intuition is, because your speech is, your heart is, because your heart is, your solar plexus is, because that, your sacral is, and your root is. And notice that as I was moving down the chakras into the masculine centers, the message was still coming across, but it got a little bit fuzzier. The words were not as clear. And that's exactly what's happening for you. Okay, so you are releasing little fuzzies of energy, which are the veil of your body, the veil of those last bits and pieces of karma or things to release, the last bits and pieces of illusion of lack of possibility. And this comes from faith, and this comes from safety. Your comfortability with your faith, the faith in your safety. This divine polarity, okay? And as you stretch this back out, please stretch your body. Practice yoga. Practice any form of yoga that you'd like. And take action towards what you intuitively, wink, know you need to take action towards. Okay, Osiris is coming through. Like, you might actually feel a connection right now with ancient cultures, or Egyptology is coming as well. Melchizedek. You're noticing that nothing is an accident. I'm hearing the boy who turned into the wind, the alchemist, Melchizedek, okay? You're understanding things through sacred geometry. You might find a better time explaining yourself through sacred geometry or whatever you're called to learn. But whatever you're called to do right now is the foundation for what you've learned, okay? So there's this energy where you are seeing the connective points and you are feeling called to take action on them. You're almost dissolving your personality, but this is birthing a new one, okay? Allow yourself to tap into this crystalline light, okay? And when you're here, allow yourself, yes, Ganesh, allow yourself to fully embody this crystalline light, your crystalline aura, okay? Because the more grounded that you are and the more that you experience a process and you have karma and you have emotional things going on, you look at the layers of the auras as they pertain to the chakras, whether you're talking about them through Reiki or through yoga or Chinese medicine, however it is that you interpret the aura. But after you polarize and illuminate all layers of the aura, you're able to actually evolve them into all crystalline DNA, crystalline blueprints, okay? So you are releasing holding on to things. You're releasing holding on to What color is, the first one that came out was ethereal template, which resonates with the throat chakra, okay? This is astral projection, this is telepathy, this is telekinesis, this is spiritual connection, okay? This is creating a portal through fifth dimensional and higher consciousness, okay? This is easy journey to other planets. You might be feeling called right now, or you might be feeling that they're coming to you. A lot that's coming through right now is Mintaka, Arcturus, the Pleiades, Andromeda. Okay, so you might be feeling called towards those places. I'm seeing yes, literally. Okay, you're meant to teach. I want to show you the spread. We have, it goes gold, purple, gold, purple, gold. There are a lot more colors than this in this deck, but this is just what came out for you. This is beautiful. This is golden healing light, violet flame, golden healing light, violet flame, golden healing light, violet flame. And it's like you are embodying and encompassing this. It's like, what is on the other side of fire sacrifice? What is on the other side of the violet flame? What is on the other side? Well, you crack something open and it just is. You see all the colors. You see more than just the vastness, vacuum of space. You see more than just light and dark duality, of course. You see more than just space. You see more than just the in-between or the veil. You see what's through it. You see the crystalline colors. You see where the colors in our realm took their inspiration from. Yes, okay. So, if you need to take a deep breath, you may take a deep breath. In, out. Beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You got it. This dark night of the soul is showing you that you are a lot more expensive than you once believed that you were. Now you knew, but you didn't know the extent. Okay, now you're settling into this and your body is experiencing a bit of a reverberation. Call it spiritual whiplash, call it physical whiplash, spiritual symptoms. When there is a problem in one's aura, it first manifests in their aura and then energetically, and then it kind of is, it manifests mentally, through their thoughts, emotionally, and then they'll start to speak about it, and then the body inhabits it, and then you notice something. Call it a glitch in the matrix. Or call it a physical symptom, an ailment, okay? This is happening to you, but it's the other way around. Okay, this is not an ailment. This is an expansion. So when this happens to your body, you might notice things that are translucent becoming transparent. Okay? You will notice that if you... I'll just take mediumship and synesthesia as examples. If you experience these, they're about to crack open significantly. Okay, spiritual gifts. What's not a spiritual gift? This is what we're talking about. And so your physical body, you're experiencing, it's like your feminine chakras, they're all there. You have the faith, you know what's going on. Your intuition is on point right now. You are able to even comprehend, and you are getting comfortable speaking with what's going on because you know in your heart that this is true. But as you continue to unlock your throat chakra, it's just going to pour down the masculine centers, just pour down them. And you're going to notice more, what's the word? I'm tapped into your energy and this is where I'm at, okay. More culmination of these energies through your lower chakras. More of the ability to be confident in what's going on, more in your ability to feel, empathically for some of you, clairsentiently for others of you, potato, but not really. Able to feel what's going on, and able to birth this into something physical that the realm can tactically use. Okay, but this is all coming out through your throat chakra. There's so as you've experienced this energy, your body is feeling physical reverberations because the second that the rest of your throat chakra unlocks, like I'm hearing it's go time, it's show time. Okay, the rest of your lower chakras, like it's just going to rush down. They're like showing me an anchor being dropped and just like smashing on the ground. Okay, this is a good thing. This is a high vibration. This is lots of colors. This is crystalline DNA, crystalline blueprint. But this is an expansion of energy that is not seen on this realm and this planet very significantly or very often. But because it's coming through you, and because you know where to look and you know how to explain, this is going to be manifesting a lot of, I'm hearing surprises, but not really, into your physical realm. And you get why I said that. So a lot of this is going to be intuitively led. Mahavatar Babaji is physically around you at this time, which is amazing. Beautiful. He's coming through right now. I'm seeing him through the sun. Okay, so if you look up at the sun, try sun gazing, but only do it before like 9 a.m. Otherwise it can damage your eyes. Before that, it can be medicine. We know this. If you practice Ashtanga, make sure you're doing it before noon. If there are things that are happening, your morning is very significant. Pay more attention to your mornings, the way that you spend them, okay? Release more stress of yourself at night. Try to follow the cycles of the earth more than you normally would at this time, because it will help your body to recalibrate. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you. See, I needed it. Needing to recalibrate your body to the energies that are about to pass through it. Now, this energy is already in your body, but there's a little bit of a bottleneck right here, okay, as you're explaining what's going on. So as this is happening, as this is cleansing out, you are being called to stretch and strengthen your physical vessel and take care of your body in the way that you intuitively know that it needs, and like release anything else, because anything else has not been where you've been or cannot see what you're seeing. It will, and it can. It can, and it will. But time is unfolding on top of itself, as we know, so your ripple will not be everyone else's ripple, i.e. the time that I'm recording this is not going to be the time that you're seeing this, right? But we're connecting. Technology works in very literal ways, we know this. So as this is coming through your body, you are recalibrating your body in preparation for this big, like, thump, okay? This is positive. This is all filled with rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and crystalline DNA, crystalline light, crystalline blueprints, okay? But while you are finding the words, or while you are learning to stay silent, probably a bit of both. Here's Lug with persistence, both the magician and the strength. This is, now, look at this. You have the druid sun god, okay? Sun, Babaji, the sun, the father and the son, okay? Christ consciousness, but beyond the light, beyond the dark. The unfolding of the event, not the event horizon, the unfolding of the singularity over the event horizon, and then re-encompassing it, and then recycling that energy. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, alchemists out there, you understand what I'm saying. So you're being called to take action. You are being led towards, oh, I should stretch a little more right now, or I should lift these weights, or I should go for that walk, or I should spend more time in the sun. Okay, because this is your soul telling your body what it needs, but what it requires, okay? This dark night of the soul, you're feeling all types of certain little tiny little symptoms. Okay, maybe you're a little tired. Maybe you have a little kink in your neck. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stressed out. Maybe whatever it is that you're feeling, okay? This is not anything permanent, but these are things that are tapping you on the aura, and they're saying, hey, approach this right now. You're going to get rid of this, or you're going to approach this, or you're going to tap into this. You're going to need this strength. You're going to need this flexibility. You're going to need to get rid of that. All of these little things, okay? This is you getting tapped on the aura so that you can take action in that direction. That's why you feel the need to take action, and you also feel the way that you feel. This is your dark night of the soul. This is the last little bit of friction that you're feeling before you, like on the way, like, this is the friction, okay? And this friction is calling you to recalibrate, and then when it comes back, everything will be neutralized, and then you'll be able to expand, okay? 1111, I'm going to end this here. Group number 4, that was your Dark Night of the Soul reading. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm, you beautiful being. I love you. I'm so grateful that you're here. If this resonated with you, or if you like the reading, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot, and I love what I do. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. I just said that because my intuition told me to let you know about my book, The Fool's Journey, and I felt like, I don't want to promote myself, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Check out my book, The Fool's Journey. I think it'll really help you guys. It's about the story of the Fool, the hero's journey. It talks about the major arcana of the tarot, but in a way that is chewable. Okay, and then also you can flip through each page and kind of use it as like tarot readings, right? It's very interesting. I poured my soul, my little human heart and soul into this book, so it would mean a lot if you checked it out. It's available on the link down there, Barnes & Noble, online, Amazon, and my Etsy shop, so, and my website. All right, so thank you again for being here. I'm so truly grateful for you, and namaste.